Check 1 2 1 2, bitch.
What's up, everybody?
What up?
This is episode 147 of the iLLogical Stizz podcast. This is your boy Busby.
Give me a hell yeah!
And over here is your boy JC No
Hats! And Martine.
Yo, what the fuck is up, man?
Fucking whatever reason, I'm fucking tired. I don't know why I'm tired. Couldn't get no sleep over this weekend, but
Damn.
Preaching to the choir. Shit.
Damn.
shit. I don't know why.
From the sounds of things, JC, it seems like you got some good sleep.
He hasn't been getting meat. He's been eating that meat.
Fuck you.
All that meat. He hasn't been. He had put no meat in his mouth lately.
I've been, so yesterday...
Pause?
Yeah, I know, right?
Jesus.
Well, no, I've still been eating meat. It just hasn't been red blood meat. It's been plant-based. So, I still have been eating meat. It just hasn't been, traditional.
Not that thick shit.
Nah, it's been... Not that Impossible Whopper, that's a good-ass burger.
I've heard it was nasty. I've heard it was nasty. Someone told me that shit was trash. But you said it was good. Everybody has different taste buds.
Yeah, I mean, usually that's the case when people don't want to try something new or they're afraid to change when it comes to their food.
Seriously, there's just something different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
I don't like that shit.
Man, no, I had that. I had some more plant-based carne asada tacos.
Nice.
Fire again.
I'm sorry, dude. That sounds so horrible.
I know.
Plant-based carne asada.
It sounds horrible.
Yeah, that really sounds
until
horrible.
you saw the picture, you were like, oh.
I don't know, man.
It didn't look like it wasn't no ground beef. Like, that shit was fire.
That's what's up.
Yeah. So did that. But no, the last 2 days, well, yesterday I only drove for like 2 hours. I was done. I went back and chilled the rest of the day.
Damn.
So I rested. And then today I took a self-imposed day off. So,
Shit.
like,
That's
literally,
what's up.
Literally the past 2 days I worked 2 hours.
Yeah, with that round of applause, congratulations.
For real.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
And
I
then,
worked.
Oh, you go ahead?
No. Oh, well, you kept going.
Oh, yeah, but no, during the week, midweek, Larissa and I went to go see that Chronic 2001 orchestra cover.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
I saw your IG story. It looked fucking lit.
Oh my
Seriously.
God, that shit was wild. Like, we didn't even, we thought it was just gonna be some little thing. So we're like, okay, doors open at 7. They say the show starts at 8:30. Like, we could get there at 8. Get that at 8, and the fucking line is like
Wrapped around the corner.
I won't even say wrapped around the corner, but it was getting up there, like, because it's at the Ritz, which is on First Street.
Yeah.
So we get there, and it's about halfway to getting wrapped around the corner. We're like, what the fuck?
Shit.
Chronic, bro.
Seriously, I think just it saying Chronic 2000 or 2001 is
that's
like
fine, but for a cover band, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah.
I get you, but a lot of people probably didn't know it because me reading the what do you call it, the advertisement, I didn't think it was a cover band.
No, that's what it was. That's what it was
like
specifically.
a
in
whole
I thought the whole orchestra.
Yeah, that's what I
like
was
a
thinking.
conductor.
No,
and all
that's
types
what
of
it is. It's an orchestra, but they're a cover band orchestra.
That is so strange, but it sounds awesome.
No, I know what you mean.
Seriously,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
especially when you consider the sounds that are in like that album. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, it seems like it would be fitting and shit.
No, but they came from Europe. So they're all like high-end musicians over there. They all came together to... I don't even think the Chronic is what they only do. I think it's just for this tour run.
Oh,
That's what
shit.
they're doing. But they're like well-versed. They had one cat that served as the main MC. And then the leader of the group, he was on the keyboard. And then he also had the guitar keyboard. The synth shit. He did that. And then he would come on the mic too. So like... He was like,
did they do the whole album in?
They did the whole album in order.
Oh wow!
Oh,
In the track list order. Like they did a warm up for the intro, like just some orchestra related warm up, and then they jumped right into the Watcher.
Oh shit!
That shit was dope as fuck, man. Like Larissa and I had a good time. Of course, she's not familiar with the Chronic 2001.
What?
But every time,
Yeah, she doesn't listen to a lot of albums. I remember that. I had to watch myself.
Yeah, she's not like us.
I mean,
she doesn't take music.
So she didn't know when you sent me that verse when he was doing
when the songs would come up, I'd be like, he has a verse here. And then I would like I knew all I had to do was tell her, and I knew she would guess which verse it would be. Okay. Like I didn't tell her which verse it was. I was just like, M has a verse on this song, and then she picked it up, and then she would start going crazy.
Well, did she rap every verse from Forgot About Dre? Well, she hasn't.
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to say she has to know Forgot About Dre at least.
Yeah. Has to.
Shit.
Yeah, no, she just doesn't
we had to
know
make a phone call after that.
She just doesn't serious. She doesn't know the album shit. You know, me on the other hand.
Yeah, we all knew. I mean, we.
Yeah, word for word, top to bottom, and
exhibit
shit.
on what's the difference? The difference between me and you? Shit, about 5 bank accounts.
What's the difference between us? When we start at the penis, we screamers don't give a fuck and see who means it.
But no, it was a good night out. But overall, I learned something about myself that I did not know in recent memory.
Which is?
I am washed when it comes to drinking.
Well,
I had 2 drinks and the fucking room spun when we got back.
What did
to
you
her
drink?
place.
Damn.
We just had a shot, and then I had another like a cranberry pineapple vodka.
Oof.
But wait, have you been drinking like?
No.
That's
that's
what got
why.
you.
I don't. I do
Gotcha.
not drink like I used to, and I haven't been drinking like that.
You've been
for the
working
last
and
2 or
shit.
3 years.
Right.
If you with me, you be dead.
No, she's fully functioning and shit.
Goddamn alcoholics.
I'm not alcoholic. That's the thing.
Nah, she's fully functioning and shit. Like she's like making sure I'm all right. Like obviously I didn't have to throw up or anything.
I know.
But we were talking about the next day because she was out of it for work. Because I guess it caught up to her.
Oh yeah.
And then she's like, "Yeah, it's clear that
We're washed.
It's clear that I do alcohol in this relationship, and you are the weed guy in this relationship." And I was like, "Yes, yep."
It looked fun though.
Hey man, that was a hell of a good time.
I like that dynamic.
Yeah,
You know?
it always balances each other out
For sure.
Yeah.
That's what's up. For my black ass, I pretty much worked and stayed in. I watched that one movie, Good Boys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was. I don't know, for whatever reason, I feel disappointed watching it because it was Superbad Junior. That's pretty much all it was.
That's what it looked like.
And I knew, and they were just cussing like adults and shit like that, and I like there was some funny parts that had its moments, but I was just annoyed, especially with the black kid, the black actor, the character. He was just really fucking annoying to me.
And you always have that one annoying kid.
But he had to be the black one. That was the most annoying part of it, and I was like, why have to be you? But
What made him annoying?
He would snitch on certain parts. Like, yeah, don't say nothing. He would just literally snitch. There was parts like they had to, they could have easily got themselves out of it, but he would just, because they took these girls Molly and shit like that, and he would be like, no, you don't need the Molly, it's bad for you, and they would just be running away from him, and they'd be like, dude, just give it back. No, I know what's best. And then in that trailer, that's when the bike hit the bench. And I'm like, that's what the fuck you get. Yeah,
That's what he gets for taking Molly away. It sounds like a good, upstanding young man. Like,
but the kids were like,
what the fuck?
You're mad that they didn't get the Molly transaction.
You're mad that he did the right thing.
Yeah,
shit.
No, but the thing was, like, they were getting caught up in some stupid shit. They had no business getting caught. It was all avoidable. It was just like, just mind your little fucking business, you little shit.
Well, they're kids. Everything's
Fam,
avoidable,
if you look at
bro.
every situation avoiding kids, like, when they get in trouble, shit is
yeah.
always avoidable.
Again, it was just, to me, when I was watching, I was just annoyed. But it had its moments. I was like, whatever. And then on Netflix, I kind of started binge watching that QB1 documentary, the documentary series that follows the quarterbacks and all those private rich high schools and shit.
Yeah, I don't need to watch it. I saw it
lived
firsthand. I didn't personally live it, but I saw it firsthand.
Yeah,
well, you know
it's
what I mean.
It's not last chance.
Yeah.
It's not last chance you or anything. I'm waiting for fucking Friday Night Tech to come back, but I think they canceled that shit because they don't want to see no kids get fucking CTE and shit.
Yeah,
I know, right?
they got one. They got one new show. Basketball is life. I think
Basketball. I thought football is life.
No, it's just the kids. It's on a. I want to say they're in a Native American reservation, but it's just a community. But the coach is like, well, he has a resume, and it's these high school kids. One of them is like, for comparison, because what they're showing, he's like a high school Kevin Durant for his team. Like, he's long and lanky.
Oh, is he black?
Shoot the fucking three. No, they're all Native Americans.
Oh, all of them. Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's a Native American community.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Huh, that's cool.
But I got through the first 3 episodes of that. That shit's actually really good. It's just the only difference with that is it's only half an hour episodes, not an hour.
Oh, okay.
So they kind of rush into it.
Yeah.
It's like 8 or 10. I forgot.
Yeah, that's how long QB1 is. Like half an hour.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, that's cool, whatever. And then that was pretty much it. I worked and I kind of stayed home for the most part. So
I finished The Boys.
And
it was cool. I mean, it wasn't something that like I'm glad I didn't jump into it right away because it kind of there were certain elements that were like underwhelming to me.
Like what?
Well, I mean, the storylines itself just kind of were dry midway. Like if I remember, it's like 8
episodes?
8 episodes or 10 episodes?
It's 8.
It's 8.
Yeah.
So like the 4th and 5th episodes, they kind of dragged on, especially when she went to the Starlight, when she went to the church, the Christian.
Oh yeah,
that was a wild episode.
Like, it was wild, but it kind of drug on a bit.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking
so it's
about.
like, all right, can we just get to the point? Like,
there were some episodes that did drag on, but when they picked up, it picked up.
Yeah. When
seriously.
the action was there, the action was good.
Yeah,
the storyline was good.
Homelander is a man. That's a boy right there. Well, not home. I'm thinking of Superman, but yeah, Homelander. He's a villain.
But it is very realistic in what American society would do if there were superheroes out here. Like, it would not be Marvel. There would be corporations.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Oh yeah.
Monetize the fuck out of them.
You feel me?
But no, it's like I said, there were just certain elements, but it's good. It's great to watch. Like I'll definitely be tuning into season 2.
Especially that ending. Well, spoilers.
Well, I didn't say nothing, but that ending.
That ending when he's like, oh yeah,
Shit.
I did fuck your wife, and this is my kid. This is your kid. Well, my kid. And I was like, oh shit, you gave birth to Brightburn? Well, ain't that some shit?
Yeah.
Well, damn.
I know, right? But other than that, that's cool. How was your week? Oh, you already talked about your
Man,
week.
no.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, yeah.
See? Man, you need to start paying attention, bro.
Shut up.
First you tell me to talk, then you tell me to shut up.
Exactly.
Which is it?
Shut up. Go on.
Because I'm tired, bro. That was a long fucking weekend. Shit. Nah, real talk, man. On fucking Friday, I was out actually here. I was recording, like I do every weekend practically. Mm-hmm. And fucking, I didn't leave till about 2 a.m. So there was that. Then I wake up the next day at fucking 7. Why? I don't fucking know, but I did. That night, I had to drive to Manteca. So I was awake literally the entire fucking day.
Ugh. You woke up and didn't have to go to work.
Yeah.
Ain't that a man?
Seriously.
I would've been hot.
Dude, I was pissed. I was like, I tried to go back to sleep. It didn't work.
Yeah, when you up, you up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
don't you hate it when you wake up early for work and when you're going to work, all you're thinking about is sleep?
No, what I hate is when I fucking wake up late for work, but on the weekends, I wake up early enough to be at work on time. That shit pisses me off.
What kind of shit is that?
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I said, Saturday I woke up early, then I fucking stayed awake all fucking day. My brother didn't get out of work till 10, and that's when we decided to drive to Manteca. We didn't get over there because of traffic. There was a road work and all that shit till about fucking 1:30, dog.
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah.
Ain't that about a bitch?
So literally, I'm running like on 5 hours of good sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a hard time sleeping
Shit.
this weekend too for whatever reason. It was
It's the
weird.
heat.
No, I had air conditioning.
And not only, it was freaking windy as shit at night.
Yeah, at night it was
For you guys, fuck.
Yeah,
no,
on
it
our
was
side it
hella
was windy. Random. God was like, here's some wind.
It was like, y'all deserve it.
It was a good wind. It was a good wind during the day yesterday, but
Over the weekend it was
warm as shit.
hot. That's when it's like walking into an oven. Like God just turned the heat on.
Yeah.
Shit. Anyway.
Yeah, but that was my weekend. Sleep deprived.
There you go.
Hova.
The news everybody's waiting for. is,
Reasonable Doubt is on all streaming platforms.
Yay!
Except for Apple Music and Spotify. He's an asshole for that.
Seriously.
That's some old asshole shit.
But he's not responsible for this.
I know, but still.
He's responsible for that, but he's not responsible
He's
for this.
responsible for that.
They're on SoundCloud now, YouTube Music, Amazon Music, and a few others via the equity distribution, which we talked about a while ago.
We did.
Yeah, when that's Rock Nation's independent, like their empire.
Too many fucking episodes. Some days shit just blurs in together now.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah, we did.
But hey, now you know.
Yeah.
And if you don't know,
No, now you know,
Yep.
nigga. Anyway, let's get this shit out the way. So, Jay-Z and Rock Nation decided to partner up with the NFL. Yeah. And people are mad. Why are people mad? Because Colin Kaepernick has nothing to do with it. It's pretty much in a nutshell, this deal, what it is that they teamed up just to pretty much work on the Super Bowl halftime show when it comes to music and all types of shit. And it's a long partnership, long-term partnership between Hove and NFL and Roger Goodell and shit like that. And not only that, Hove is going to be an advisor for the Inspire the Change program. So, they're going to put money to social justice and racism and bring, spotlight on everything that's been going on with, black folks and the racial tension in America and all that other shit.
Which they've been doing since they introduced that department. Yeah. I didn't realize until I was doing research on it. They've actually done quite a few of lending resources to these players to go do this work.
Yeah, I've seen it too. So right now, when we say Jay-Z is the greatest of all time, we really mean that shit, because there was literally a split between people that are literally on Hove's side and Kaepernick's side, and meanwhile the NFL is just like, shut up, Vincent. So
damn, how you get mad? You're the one that pressed it.
I know.
Seriously though,
it's just for effect for the people. It's just effect for the people. So pretty much you already
you're affecting for the people and getting pissed off that he's doing it. It's like, nobody told you to do that shit.
Well, I'm speaking for the people. Anyway, Cap's girlfriend Nessa is really pissed off because Cap had nothing to do with it, and Hove pretty much looks like a snake in all of this shit. And especially Charlamagne even asked him, like, did Kaepernick have any parts in this? And he pretty much just said no, in that voice too.
With Tata chilling in the back in the icon.
Oh my god, Tata was sitting there like the fucking. I remember seeing him. I'm like, damn, that's the killer. Like, if this was like, seriously,
it's like you just knew the shit right away.
I was watching, because I watched the whole fucking, not all of it, but they put up the entire press conference on Rock Nation's YouTube. I didn't even know they had a YouTube until it popped up on my feed. And you just see Tata sitting there in his little gray hat, just chilling there. And I'm just like, damn, that's the dude who pepper sprayed R. Kelly. Wow.
Yep.
Thank you.
I was wondering where you're going with that shit too.
No, but he's that's Hove's BFF, and it's like he's like the silent killer. Like you
take care of the Lord's work back then. That's how you get to sit in these type of meetings.
He still does it. He probably still does it. Like if anyone talks shit about him, he'll get that text and pop. Like you get thrown in the fucking, like a Rock Nation van pops up, and he just grabs you, throws you in the fucking van.
With the folded airplane logo. That's all you get.
You just wake up and you just all tied up, and he just walks around. You heard you talking shit about Sean, huh?
Yeah. You think you're gonna be just talking about Corey like that, my nigga? Like he don't refer to him as Sean, he just calls him Corey.
Wow.
That way they can't trace it back to him. He calls him by his middle name. You just gonna disrespect Corey like that, my nigga?
Who's Corey? Shut up!
What the fuck you was talking about?
How do we get here? Anyway, racism.
No, it's not racism. That's what's upset. Eric Reed again was upset.
Oh shit, that was funny. No, not that. That's not funny. But yeah, Eric Reed was pissed off, and pretty much they were really, really vocal on social media and in the media that they pretty much, in a nutshell, they were disappointed and they were calling Hove a sellout. And with me, I'm just gonna say my piece on it. I've been thinking about this for this whole weekend, just looking on social media and seeing what everybody's fucking saying about the whole situation. And I looked at it from both angles, looking at the good side and the bad side of it. And in a nutshell, I'm just going with my gut. No matter how you look at it, this looks really fucking shady. Especially when Hove, just on SNL just a few years ago, was rocking that Kaepernick jersey. And I remember it said Colin K. I remember it said Colin K. It was black and it had the number 7, and and it looked like he was standing on his side. And then all of a sudden you go and just work with the NFL, who's pretty much single-handedly keeping them out the league and shit like that. And I'm seeing all of this, and then how he said, what's it called, when they asked him, are you going to stand or are you going to kneel when the national anthem comes on? And Hove just said, I think we're past kneeling. And for whatever reason, that left a really bad taste in my mouth when he said that. He sounded like a fucking old, rich, billionaire white boy. And then it just dawned on me, he's a business. When are y'all going to say man?
No.
Okay, he's a businessman. It was like an alley-oop, and it just dropped on the floor. Like, all right, well, he's a business man, and it just is what it is. And then and then other stuff he was saying, like how Roger Goodell was just nodding his head when he was saying it, and how he was kind of, when Charlamagne even asked him, don't you feel that people are going to be looking at this really disingenuous? And Hov kind of just tap danced around the question. And then looking on social media and seeing how there's literally a split between people that feel this is wrong and Hov stands, kind of reminded me of Drake stands, and they sounded like fucking Trump supporters all of a sudden. It's just wild to see. And it's just like, man, I just don't know. But it just is what it is. And that's just me. And now I feel like the narrative is changing now. I just feel like I thought this was all about, like, getting Kaepernick a job, because when he took a knee, he thought this was only for, like, bringing awareness to the injustice going on to the world, to our people and shit like that, with the police brutality and shit like that. And then the NFL just, said, the fuck out of here. Just say, fuck out of here, don't talk about it. And then they all started taking knees and shit like that. And now Hov is just, and then all of a sudden Hov is just like, no, I'm going to be by their side. And it makes Hov look like the fucking poster boy for black folks, saying, we're not racist, we got Jay-Z on our side.
Yeah, I looked at it from both angles. I mean, on one hand, it would have been nice for Jay to reach out to Cap in recent times. Like, when he said that he did speak to Cap, I believe that he did talk to Cap. I just believe it was a while ago.
Yeah,
because he didn't put a timestamp on it.
Yeah, and according to Jamila Hill in her article, Jamel Hill, my fault. She said, according to an anonymous source in her article, she was like, "Oh no, they talked. It just wasn't a good conversation."
Yeah, so I mean, there's the confirmation. I just don't believe it was recent.
Yeah.
So I mean, would it have been nice to speak to Cap? Like, yeah, of course. I mean, he's the one that. It starts with him.
And what made it worse is that he's been having this deal. He was talking to the NFL since January, trying to get this deal together for him. And might as well touch on this shit with Jermaine Dupri. Y'all know what this is. Give me that. According to what Brian Michael Cox said, allegedly, Jermaine Dupri had the same deal. The NFL was going to offer him that same deal, and Jay-Z just told him no and said it wasn't a good look. And also, that's another thing that made it worse, too, is when they talked about the whole Travis Scott shit, when he said, what did he say? That he didn't want Travis Scott to do the Super Bowl. When that report came out that Jay-Z didn't want Travis Scott to do the Super Bowl, Jay-Z clarified that during the meeting, and he pretty much said, yeah, I didn't want him doing the Super Bowl because, in a nutshell, he's having a big year and he'll look kind of stupid standing next to Maroon 5. Not because he wanted to stand in solitary with Kaepernick. And I was just like, damn, Hov, why did you say that? No, you look worse. Why did you say that?
Yeah, to follow up on that, anybody believes that the NFL was going to give Jermaine Dupri the same exact deal that Jay got for Rock Nation is a fucking idiot.
Y'all know what this is.
That was not what he got. The deal, I believe, that was in place for Travis Scott and Jermaine Dupri was to perform at the Super Bowl. The deal that Jay and Rock got was to consult and speak about who and give opinions on who should be in position to perform at the Super Bowl.
And that's what.
And in addition, with the program dedicated to social injustice for the players to go out and do that. That's two different things. Jermaine Dupri performed for 15 minutes is not the same deal as what Jay got for Rock Nation.
And even if it wasn't him performing per se, like even if he was consulting, it was in Atlanta, so that part would make sense. But at the same token, when they already have Maroon 5 as like the main attraction, pretty much, it's like at that point I could understand why Jay-Z would tell him no. It's like, dude, don't get involved.
When the reports,
it's gonna make you look bad and shit.
But when the reports came out, it made it look like Jay-Z was told Travis not to perform there, and just because of the whole Kaepernick situation. That's what and Jay didn't deny it until right now. Until, when he was sitting next to Roger Goodell in business and shit
but see,
like that.
that was just speculation, though. You know what I mean? Like,
it was purpose. It was on purpose.
You're definitely entitled to look at Jay away from that perspective, but he didn't start. It would be different for me if he came out and said, "I told Trav not to do it because we support Cap." Yeah. And then months later, he then says this. He never said anything from the beginning.
Power of silence, and actions.
I will say this though, like them two backing out shows just how much influence he has. Because I mean, if you talking to Jay and Jay says, I don't think it's a good idea. I will say that I would like to know what exactly Jermaine Dupri's offer was, because there might have been some some plausible cause for Jay to tell him, yo, don't do that, because we don't know.
I mean, Funk Flex confirmed it.
Funk Flex also has
a lot of shit.
You know, Funk Flex
He says a whole lot of shit, dog. Come on now. I can't believe you cited Funk Flex.
I didn't cite it.
You just got them saying that.
Oh, did you hear the sarcasm in my voice?
No, I didn't.
Why are you getting all mad for it?
Don't you hear the sarcasm in my voice?
I don't know when you sarcastic.
Yeah, no, like, again,
I was looking for the flex bomb, but we don't got the flex bomb.
Again, I'm not saying that didn't take place, but in terms of what the actual deal is, I find it hard to believe that the NFL was going to give Jermaine Dupri control over picking Super Bowl performances and control over heading the department for social injustice.
Yeah, I can't see that.
Yeah,
I really can't see that.
The Super Bowl performance thing, I could kind of see. The other shit,
I could only see. Martin brought a good point because I didn't even think about it. I could only see that being brought into position for Atlanta.
Yeah.
However, again, I didn't even think about that.
Right.
Yeah.
Jay may have had a point once they signed on with Maroon 5. It's like, fam, we're in your city and they're getting outsiders, and it's gonna make you look like second fiddle.
Yep.
So maybe from that perspective, he was actually right. I don't know what was involved in that deal, so I can't make an educated.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can only assume, and you know what happens when you assume. You know?
Yep.
So that from there. But in terms of what I've been seeing, I want to lay this out first and foremost. I am never going to be in a position where if I choose one side, I'm saying fuck Jay or fuck Cap.
Oh yeah, that's one thing.
That's what a lot of people
there's so many
people.
There's so many because I've been on Twitter. I've been retweeting everything, and it makes it look like I'm saying anti-Hove. I'm not anti-Hove. I know everything that Hove has done, with charity and all that shit in the past and shit. I'm just standing on the side that it's looking pretty shady, and I'm looking at it very sideways. It's just like this isn't looking well. This on surface, this is not looking well. If it looks like a pig, acts like a pig, it's a fucking pig.
I mean, I get what you're saying, dude, but we were talking about it earlier and shit. It's just like, you look at Jay-Z's track record.
I get it.
You kind of have to put a little bit of faith.
He deserves
He
deserves more than coming out and people calling him a sellout.
Yeah,
oh, yeah, I'm not calling him that.
He deserves to. He at the very least deserves a. All right, don't fuck this up.
Yeah,
that's a whole different narrative from
and the
just
thing
calling
was,
him a sellout.
Hove has always said the type of person he is in his music. He's a fucking businessman. And somebody even I saw this one YouTube video saying, I fuck with Jay-Z, but I don't fuck with Sean Carter. Pretty much, I fuck with the rapper. I don't fuck with the businessman. Because business is cutthroat. And pretty much what it looks like is that he used Kaepernick as a negotiation tactic. He used him as a pawn, pretty much, just so he can try to get in with these NFL people.
See, that's
kind of how it looks.
That's how it looks if you're expecting Kaepernick to be involved in this.
Yeah, that's because when the report first came out, my first response, I was like, oh, that's kind of fucked up. But I was like, okay, let me wait and see what comes out more and shit like that. Maybe Kaepernick has to be a part of this shit. Then the press conference come out, and then Hove was tap dancing around the questions about Cap, and I was just like, no, Cap is not a part of this. Oh, this doesn't look good. This is bad. I know where this is going.
See, that's if you're expecting Cap to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I didn't expect Cap to be a part of this. Because you just brought it up how people were kneeling for Cap. That wasn't why people started kneeling. That wasn't even why Cap started kneeling. It was always supposed to be about social injustice.
I said social justice. That's what I said.
No, but you said people were kneeling for Cap at some point when you started.
No.
So that's why I was like, "Boy, that's a first to me." Because Eric Reed said the same thing, and I was like,
"I didn't say that part about."
I didn't hear about anybody switching.
No, I said the reason why they were kneeling was for social justice.
But Eric Reed switched it up when he did another press conference in regards to Jay, and then Stephen A. had comments about it. And he said that was the start, but then they start blackballing Caps, and now we're kneeling for Cap. And I'm like, I don't remember that address being put out there.
I did not hear Eric Reed say that shit.
That was on TV when I was watching the First Take and Stephen A. Smith.
Because I've seen all the quotes he said on Twitter and shit like that. And he's really looking at this sideways. Him and Nessa are looking at Hove really sideways of what all this shit that's been going on.
But from jump, one of the people that he's done a great job in assisting with the community. And Sean King, but Sean King got to shut the fuck up.
He ain't gonna shut the fuck up.
Like that's literally the epitome of, all right, bro, you cool, but remember, don't piss in the pool, like Bishop Lamar said. Now the reason why I'm bringing that up is because there was some undertone when he called Jay a woke capitalist. Whoa. Where it was kind of this undertone where it was like, oh yeah, he's black, but remember, he got billions, so maybe he's not all the way that black. It's like, I'm sorry, Sean King, you're not black. So watch, just chill. Appreciate all your contributions. Keep providing your contributions, but watch that. And what I found the irony in that was how he's calling Jay-Z a woke capitalist. But if I remember when we talked about this at this exact time last year, when Kaepernick hooked up with Nike, and the slogan was stand for something, even if it means sacrificing everything, and they put a Nike checkmark underneath it.
Yep.
Wouldn't that be capitalizing on the fact that Cap was woke?
Yeah.
I'm like, isn't that capitalizing?
Yeah, definitely.
The thing with Sean King is that he's very close with Kaepernick too. And
I have no issue with that.
I'm letting you know, he's really close. He's on that same side with Nessa and all of them. And he's reacting the same way they're doing. And I'm just letting you know what I've been seeing. Because, I question everything about him sometimes, too. Because every time a black kid unjustly dies, he pops up like a fucking Pikachu. Like, he pops up like a fucking Pikachu on my timeline. I'm like, oh, there he is.
Yeah, I have no issue with that. Again, I appreciate all the contributions. But I sensed undertone when he called Jay a woke capitalist. Like, it was a negative to be woke and then... if you're a fucking American citizen, you're always trying to capitalize on a situation.
The way he was trying to make it, like, he was probably being sarcastic because he was probably thinking that it's not real. He doesn't call it, when he said a woke capitalist, he's probably just saying, like, yeah, you're not really woke. He was pretty much saying that you're not authentic.
But see, that's my issue with that. If Jay's not really woke, then why is Cap really woke if Cap did the same thing? Like, literally, he did the same thing. They promoted it, and then Nike stock went up the highest it's been.
Yeah. He's doing that it was probably just like a big old fuck you to the NFL. It was just like, I know what you meant.
But I know what you meant. Gaining monetary value off that.
And he got paid off of it because of his endorsement.
Yeah, because he wasn't getting paid for the NFL.
But he still got compensated. That's capitalizing on your wokeness.
He capitalized.
And then also, too, I just want to throw this out there. When he was asked about whether he was going to stand or kneel, he didn't say, like, that's it, it's over.
Oh, no, I know that part, but he said, what's the next move?
Yeah, what's the next move? So in my mind, the way I took that was like, okay, maybe he's actually more involved into the social injustice, you know what I mean? Shit, whatever, you know what I mean? Than we actually are thinking he is.
Right.
Yeah, I get it.
You know what I'm saying?
And then my thing with that is, could he have worded it better? Absolutely.
Oh, yeah,
like, I'm not going to come out here and, my defense on here isn't necessarily about Jay. It's towards people that don't wait for everything to play out and they immediately just jump on a headline. And then they make their decision based on that.
Or even a 10-second clip.
Yeah. So could he have worded it better? Sure. But he is absolutely right. Okay, we've been kneeling for what's about to hit the 4th season now.
Damn.
What do we want to do now? Do we want to stay on our knees, or do we want to get up and what's the irony of it is
it's not going to stop police brutality.
Well, but the irony of it is that the people I've seen that have had the most problem with that are usually the people that live by the slogan, "I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees." So are we going to get up and do something, or are we just going to continue to? I don't have a problem with the knee, but you have to get up at some point.
The point of why Kaepernick did that shit to begin with. Well, shit, let's go all the way back. The whole reason why he did it in the first place was because he took a knee because of a fucking soldier. He wanted to respect a wounded soldier, right?
He was sitting.
That was the whole reason why.
Yeah, he sat the first time.
He sat the first time. Then he had a talk with, I believe, Navy SEALs in San Diego. They came to a compromise. Yeah. Where it was, okay, you may want to just show solidarity by not fully sitting, but at the same time, showing the knee. Which, again, I still stand by. People are fucking idiots when they say he's disrespecting the military because a person that served in the services
all
was
that
other
bullshit. And then after that, when they asked him why he did it, Cap was really just being straightforward and saying this was around that time period when the whole the Mike Brown situation happened, Trayvon Martin, and how everything was going on with the police. He was just upfront about the injustice going on in the United States.
Yeah.
He was just being really upfront about why he was doing it. And until we do something about it, I'm just going to take a knee for all the shit that's going on to us. That was the exact reason why he did it. And then people got in their fucking feelings about it.
Yeah,
and then we got this shit.
So, I mean, but that's what I was going to get to. From jump, it's all been contorted and taken out. And the whole, it's just from jump. It's been, the cause has been just been bombarded in like a fucking
turned into a Boondocks episode.
But then, reports came out later that TMZ was stating that Jay is in line for minority stake and ownership.
That's what made That's what made me look at Hov even more sideways.
Honestly, from that standpoint, that made me look at it a little bit differently, in more of a supporting sense, because it's like, oh, okay, so you get a seat at the table, doing what you're known for, because he is known as an activist. He's not new to this. And the reason why, again, I'm not putting them against each other. The Black Lives Matter movement really started with Trayvon Martin, which was back in 2012, 2013. Mm-hmm. During that time frame, and this is no disrespect, because this is just how it plays out, Cap was on GQ doing a photo shoot with shirtless with a jacket on.
He was a rookie. That's when he was just really started playing.
He was second, third year around that time.
No, but the point is, I know what you mean.
But the point is, he was doing that. Jay was with Trayvon Martin's family.
Mm-hmm, I remember that.
So how is Jay a sellout if he's been quote unquote woke
the whole time?
And Cap, and again, I'm not saying Cap is bad for that, because people wake up at different times. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
We're all at a different time frame.
Right.
What I'm saying is, this is more so for the people who are bashing Jay. Why is Cap woke if Cap woke up years after Jay did?
A few years later, but yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, if Jay's been there from the jump of this Black Lives Matter movement, he definitely deserves a benefit of the doubt.
It's also people that just don't do their research or just don't care.
Of course. They're bad-mouthing Jay about, possibly having ownership, when a few years ago, Puff was bringing up, hey, I want to buy the Panthers, and then Cap, hey, I would want part of that too.
The whole reason why that shit
isn't that
happened,
capitalism?
The whole shit why that fucking happened was because when the Panther fucking owner was a fucking racist, and that's when Diddy wanted to buy the fucking team. But even Cap was already getting blackballed at that point.
But even then, the point I'm going to that is
all behind it.
Of course, I'm still not. If Cap wants to own a team, I'm definitely not against that.
Yeah,
I'm for
seriously.
that. The point I'm making though is that why are Jay's moves considered capitalist, but Cap's, when he says the same thing a while ago, that's radicalism. Like that's change.
I'm already telling you what it is. It's because he's sitting with the fucking the organization that is single-handedly kicking out a player for standing up for what he believed in. That's why they're looking at him sideways, and also because he stood in solidarity with him when he wore his fucking jersey and was shouting him out. So it makes Hov look shady.
That's fine, but
that's the whole point.
But wouldn't Cap look the same way if Cap?
You haven't trying to tell you.
You haven't listened to what I said though. You just cut me off.
Go on.
Wouldn't Cap look the same way if Cap was and did get a spot back on a roster, and they put Cap in a role that was fueling that social injustice department? Wouldn't he be viewed as sitting at the table with the enemy? Because he could just throw the football and doesn't have to get on that side of the corporate side.
The point is, if he was playing and Hov did this very same shit and Cap had a name in it, everyone would not get no backlash. But since Cap is not playing and is not on a team right now, people are going to look at it side. This is how people are just viewing it. That's just the way it is.
I don't know why Cap keeps getting brought up in this whole shit.
Honestly, it's because of
because of the fact that he started the whole shit, whatever, right? With taking a knee, but now it's like, dude, he's not coming back to the league.
No. That's up to assumption. No, I feel he still is coming back.
That's why I feel people are so pissed off with it. They keep expecting him to be back in the league. I gave up on that at least a year ago.
No, I feel he's still going to come back.
Because, the owners are looking at it like, I'm giving you this perspective from the owners. I don't agree with the owners and this mindset, but I'm giving you a perspective from the owners. The owners are looking at him like, you got your money. What else do you need from us?
I'm just looking. If I was the owners, I'll just be like, "Fuck it, just let him play for like a year or two, so we could just leave this shit alone." Because every time they keep trying to push him away, the shit the hole just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. They try to get away with the knee shit, the shit just got bigger. They try to get Jay-Z on our side, the shit just got bigger. It's like, well, just bring him, just sign him to a team, and then maybe it will go away. Maybe.
Well, it's big now because there ain't no regular season football being played. As soon as week 1 comes into play, it's going to be spoken about, but this is literally going back like it's taking a backseat to the games.
Yeah,
like it's not going to stop people from. Cap has been out of the league for 3 years now.
It's going to be in the back of everybody's mind. It's still going to be in the back of everyone's mind, and certain folks are still going to look at Jay-Z sideways. Now I'm telling you, this is what the people are going to look at. You can't control it.
I'm not trying to control it.
I know, but I'm just letting you know when you keep asking the questions about why don't people think this way, because people don't think like us.
Well,
that's just the way it is.
Let me. I'm not asking you to answer for them. I'm asking rhetorical questions. That's all I'm saying.
And I'm answering with a rhetorical answer.
So the questions I'm asking, it doesn't have to be answered. They're just rhetorical questions as to why I'm coming to my conclusions. I don't need an answer.
Well, I'm just kidding.
Because you can't speak for everybody, because you may be seeing how people respond, but that may not be the exact answer that you're giving. So you can't speak for everybody. Somebody may have an answer that, some people just are fucking funk flexes. They just don't like Jay. So they just looking on a reason to bash.
And some people are flip-flopping like Freddie Gibbs. He was all in support for Kaepernick.
Yeah, and I disagree with Freddie.
And then all of a sudden he goes on Instagram and just says, fuck Colin Kaepernick. Yeah. I'm all for Hove. I'm just
that's that divide and conquer shit.
And that's another thing that's really just irritating to me is looking on Twitter and seeing how literally there is a divide. And it's like, that's how I feel Hove almost got hustled, because they used Hove, and now there's like a divide with us as a people, and now people are on one side and people are on the other side, and the NFL again is just like,
so it's not all people, it's the majority. There's still people who are like Martine and I, who can see it from both perspectives, make a decision without bashing the other side. There are still a community of us that have done that. So it's not everybody. It's just the vast majority have felt like they have to be in a position to choose one side or the other. Now, with that being said, going back to Kaepernick's camp, I get it. They're passionate about him and his position. Nessa especially, that's his girlfriend. Right. Props to Nessa, because from all the reports, it's been Nessa that has introduced him to opening his mind and seeing stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Eric Reed for pretty much standing with him from the beginning.
Pretty much the only player that's been very, very outspoken for him.
But at the same time, they've also said some things where I'm like, well, wait a minute. How about the role you played in this scenario? I mean, let's bring up Nessa, for example. She's not guiltless in this. When Kaepernick was looking for another team and he was 12 to 24 hours away from going to the Ravens, what did Nessa do? She took to Twitter and then posted a picture trying to go at Ray Lewis with the picture of Django.
That's because Ray Lewis. Remember why she did that?
Yes, that's what I said. Going towards Ray Lewis.
You got to give why Ray Lewis. And she was talking about him too.
However,
I remember exactly what happened.
But you got to
let me finish. I remember what happened. Ray Lewis went on Inside the NFL, whatever, and said that
I was just going to say this, but you cut me off.
I talked to the owner and I told him I don't want Kaepernick on there because of this, that, and the other. And pretty much Nessa just took that as, you know what, fuck it, this is some fucking slavery shit, and she did what she did. I don't even think a deal was gonna happen either fucking way.
We don't know 100%.
So you were just saying they were 12 hours away from the deal,
because that's what they were leading to. That was what the reports were. Mm-hmm. When Steve Buscemi came out and Bisciotti, when he came out and said, "Everybody pray for us." I don't think people are saying he's saying that to say, no, we're going to turn down Kaepernick. I think he's saying that to realize, okay, we're about to get into something. Keep us in your thoughts and prayers. We're going to move forward with this. I have no issue with her going with her at Ray Lewis. The problem was there was an owner who was at least open to the idea, and he caught a stray bullet as a result of that. If I'm the owner, I'm looking at that like, how the fuck I get involved with this? I was trying to help you. So because you can't 100% definite say there wasn't going to
100% say there was a deal.
So it's going to be up in the air. So now it's up for interpretation. So now it can't be. Nessa blew that because she got involved with it for us to say 100%. No, the Ravens were going to bullshit him.
They were going to bullshit him. That's how I looked at it. They were going to bullshit him.
That's fine, but it's not a definite. It's up in the air.
Same with the other. That's why
I just said it's not a definite. It's up in the air for either perspective.
Right. The
next position is the Miami Dolphins. When he showed up with the Fidel Castro shirt.
Yes.
Miami is predominantly has a strong Cuban community.
That one is more of an assumption. That one is more of an assumption, in my opinion. Just in my opinion.
Then you weren't paying attention to Miami news reports.
You're tripping.
Okay.
So, but see, that's could be your assumption, but don't hold back on that if you weren't. But if you didn't research, that's fine. But you got to research to know for sure. When that happened, Miami news, because I was listening to Dan Le Batard. Dan Le Batard is a Miami native to the core. Mm-hmm. That was getting brought up a lot around Miami, which was because Cuban Americans, just the Cuban community, they look at Fidel Castro like he's their Hitler.
Yeah, seriously.
So
he was like. Let me just put that out there. He was.
I hear you.
So again, you could look at it from the perspective of, oh, they're being soft, but how does it feel as a black or brown man when a white man says, oh, you're just being soft? You're just overreacting to the situation. It's the same exact thing. He has to take responsibility for that. He wore the shirt. Nobody told him to wear that damn shirt. You see what I'm saying? Like, he's not responsible for being blackballed, but he made some decisions along the way that didn't help his cause, is what I'm saying. So he has to man up and take responsibility for that. Same with Nessa. She made a decision based off of emotion. And we know when you're going off of emotion, it's probably not the best time to go out and make shit public.
Yeah, definitely not.
She made a decision. We cannot definitely say it was one or the other either way, so now it's based up to interpretation. But a person going to emotion, putting the straight bullet towards the owner that was potentially open to the idea, that accounts for something. I'm not going to go as far as say the Broncos, because that was a trade negotiation with the Niners, so there was more to do with that. And I'm not going to say Seattle, because it seemed like Seattle and Cap weren't on the same page from jump.
Yeah,
but those two teams, in the
that.
Ravens and Dolphins, I will say he has to accept some responsibility. It's not the fact that he was completely like, oh my God, okay, that's the sole reason why. But you did something in the time frame of it.
Like, for example, if it's 50-50, you see that shit, you lean the other way. You know what I mean?
Same time, man, Cap ain't helping himself by not saying anything at all.
And that's another issue I have with Cap. He's eventually... Yeah. But see, that's what I said when it came back to the settlement.
Yep.
I wasn't 100% sold on it because I said it on air. I want to know what was in the contract. I don't care how much money he got. That's his business. They can withhold that. But I want to know what he agreed to and what he signed to. Because for all we know, the reason why he's so fucking quiet is because in that NDA, he said he couldn't talk about shit with them.
We don't know that.
We don't know. But we again, that's what I'm saying. We'll never know because he's not saying anything.
I think in due time he will. I think in due time he is going to talk.
And I really hope he does. But
seriously,
he hasn't helped himself over the last year because everybody's speaking for him.
Yeah.
If you're a man and I know he didn't intend for it to become this big old thing when he first knelt. I understand that. But again, this is the responsibility of manning up. You are now the face of this. Whether you like it or not, you owe the people some kind of explanation as we move along. Because again, when Eric Reed's talking about we're kneeling for Cap because he doesn't have a job, I'm looking at it like that's not what was. I still don't believe. Again, I saw with my eyes.
I still don't feel he meant it that certain way. But he knew the reason why we were kneeling was for not just in support for Cap, but like I said, everything for social justice and all that other shit.
So that's all fine. I'm also looking at Eric Reed a little bit differently. If we're keeping it a buck.
How?
Now again, he's held Cap down from jump, so I'm not taking that away from him. I'm looking at it from, I didn't ask these questions until now, but I'm looking at it like, wait a minute, why was your name in the collusion case? Because you haven't missed a season. I went back and looked at all his stats. He's played in every single season since he's been drafted.
Yeah, and then also
he missed the first 3 games because he wasn't signed, but remember, he was also coming off of an injury.
And he also felt harassed because of all the fucking random ass drug testing.
Now that's cool and fine. Yeah, but they filed that story though, dude. They filed that collusion case before that happened.
Because
before he was signed.
When he didn't get signed for those three days, he felt he was getting blackballed.
Well, those 3 weeks.
He felt he was getting blackballed. And that's why he got into collusion.
That's all good and fine. He could feel that way, but in retrospect, hindsight 2020 now, that wasn't the case because he got signed. Yeah. Not only did he get signed for that year, this past offseason, he re-upped on a 3-year, $22 million deal.
Yeah.
So his stance has always it's looking like his stance is it's my way or the highway. I'm judging how you guys are supposed to move based on this. And it's like, well, wait a minute, fam. You're stopping people from trying to get to the same destination. There's multiple ways to get to that destination. It just doesn't have to be what Eric Reed perceives as the lone destination.
I feel Eric Reed feels a type of way about all the shit that's been going on since the whole random drug testing and shit like that just keeps on fucking happening to him all the damn time. Because he feels targeted. Because he feels like they're trying to make him snap him and push him out the league. So that's why he's talking that's why he's talking shit. And he has said flat out that I'm gonna keep playing because he loves football. It's his livelihood, and he's just gonna keep reminding the league about how they don't really give a damn about a black man, especially about what they're doing with Cap. That's the only reason why he's talking. That's why he feels the way he does and everything. He doesn't have no hidden agenda on everything. He's called out everybody that he's felt has been some snake shit and shady shit when it comes to the whole collusion case and everything. That's everything that I have been hearing and everything I have been seeing and the actions that have been taken forward.
Now, you completely misheard what I said because I didn't say I think he has an agenda.
All I kind of alluded to it.
I didn't say that, though. I said I have a question as to why he was in the collusion case when you're speaking about the stuff that happened after he was attached to the collusion case.
Then what are your questions?
The drug test and all that happened after.
Nah, I think it was happening. All right, go on.
The drug test happened with the Panthers. The collusion case was taking place before he got to the Panthers.
Yeah, you're right.
So that's what I'm speaking on. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying he's wrong or he has an agenda. I'm just trying to look at it from the standpoint of why were you in that case? And the reason why I bring that up is because Marquise Goodwin was also kneeling with Cap and Eric Reed. He's still playing in the league. Eli Harold was drafted by the Niners. At some point, he took a knee with them. Yeah. He's playing for Philly. So that's what I'm saying. Like, how were you the only one that got attached to... Like, it's just questions I'm asking where it's like, okay, I'm kind of looking at this just differently. When he went at Malcolm Jenkins, when it initially happened, I was like, yeah, good for him. Stand up. Do what you're going to do. Then I start looking into the reports about the actual Players Coalition, and I'm like, if this is all based on social injustice, why are you mad at Malcolm Jenkins? Because he's been doing the act of social injustice with the Players Coalition. I mean, here's some of this stuff. November 6th, when they had the voting day, Anquan Bolden played a key role in Miami or Florida when they got the Act 4 for all the former convicts to get their voting rights back.
Oh, right.
Anquan Bolden, as a member of the NFL product, was a key component in that. And then in Philly, you had Malcolm Jenkins and Chris Long, who were driving people and providing rides and giving pizza to people to get to the voters' booth. That's doing something a part of the social injustices. Yep. March 22nd, the McCourty twins from the Patriots, they were in Massachusetts Education Act that for discrepancies in school funding. That's something that's along the lines of social injustice. Malcolm Jenkins again and former Pittsburgh Steeler Will Allen were in D.C. on behalf of the Families Against Mandatory Minimums for targeted black and brown males who had drugs around the school zones because they were at an 80 to 90% rate were the ones being targeted from that law. So these are all people who are doing something on that behalf, and I'm not mad at Eric Reed for not being involved in this. My issue with Eric Reed is, why are you so angry at them when they're doing what you and Cap have said was the position of the nigga from the jump?
Because they probably didn't help him get Cap back into the league. That's probably why he's pissed.
But this wasn't about Cap getting back in the league, fam. This was about social injustice.
Now it turned into social injustice now. Now I thought this whole shit about why Cap got kicked out was for raising awareness for it. So then when they start doing it, but then still blackball the dude that fucking helped bring message to it, then it's all bad. Man, whatever, man. At the end of the day, it is what it is.
I'm confused with what you're saying, though.
No. I'm just like, whatever about this right now. It's got this point, it is what it is. We can all just agree to disagree on this shit. But...
I mean, if it's in regards to Jay, sure.
That's what I mean. But
in regards to the
whole situation, that's pretty much how it is.
But in regards to people actually putting in the work for social injustice, again, if that's what they wanted, they're getting it.
He probably feels like it's fake. He's probably just feel like it's just all fake and just.
You can feel like it's fake.
That's
probably 1.4 million people got their voting rights back. There's nothing fake about that.
I'm trying to give it to you from his perspective.
But I'm giving it to you if at the end of the day, if they got their voting rights back, they got their voting rights back. Isn't that the point?
Look at the results, dude.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying?
I know what you mean, but
his perspective is.
Yeah, this is all nice and dandy, but you're doing this by not having Cap in here that fucking started the shit. That's his whole point, and he's standing with him.
Isn't that the point of a leader, though?
What?
To take the bullet.
To take the bullet.
Real shit.
I mean, here's a question.
Wait, hold up, time out, bro. To me, that's a fucking leader.
To be the natural sacrifice. So Cap is pretty much a sacrifice for all of this.
And he knew it.
Well, he
capitalized on it.
He agreed on it. They capitalized on that. The ad was...
I'm just shaking my head because it's at the end of the day. No, it's bullshit.
Say his ad, bro. Say his ad.
His ad?
Yes.
I forgot the shit.
Of course you did. Just like you forgot about what the fuck the whole shit was about, dog.
I know what the fuck it says.
Just read it out loud and then say, does this not exemplify...
Believe something. Believe in something, even if it means sacrificing everything.
So he put his face on that And Martine is saying, it sounds like he agrees with the sentiment that Martine's saying.
Yeah.
Now, personally, it sucks for him because personally he would like to play football. But if you're going to put your face on a statement that says stand for something, even if that means sacrificing everything, is it sacrifice everything except for the fact that I want to play football? You can't have it both ways.
So that's like the damn shame because he still wants to play and everything.
And
so
I agree with that. But what I'm saying is when you put your face to something of this magnitude and you're talking about sacrificing, why are you upset about the sacrifice?
That's still some bullshit. The whole
he
situation.
Got paid for this.
It's still just how this whole situation. Because I remember when I met Kaepernick years ago, and on the set of a fucking game video. Don't ask. It's another long story. But I remember it was before he had the afro and everything. And I remember he was wearing a shirt that had Tupac on it, and it said, "Trust no one." And I guess that sums up everything that's going on in the league right now. What happened with the whole situation and everything. Trust nobody.
Well, I mean, they say that in business, though.
Yeah.
In business, you always got to look out for your best interest.
Yeah. And
that's why they say
lesson.
blood doesn't mix in business.
Yeah.
Now, I have a question. I'm asking this rhetorically. If you feel like you want to answer, all I ask is that you wait towards the end of the show so that way you could actually give some time to think. Because I don't think this is something that people who are upset about the situation have even processed. Is it the fact that folks are really upset at Jay in this particular instance, or are they subconsciously upset at the fact that it seems like another black man who has started a movement, tied himself to that movement, would die for that movement, does not get to see the fulfillment of that movement come to end?
I think it's the latter, what you just said.
Because that is a completely different case from just being pissed off. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now we're talking into something completely different where
I get you.
You're hitting Jay with a stray that doesn't necessarily have... And you could think whatever you want about Jay in that particular move.
Right.
But in terms of why I think people keep bringing Cap up, it's because you can't help but think of Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Huey Newton, all those guys who started a movement but didn't get to see the fruits of that labor because they were cut out early from that particular movement. And that's something I don't think people have really dived into, and whether it be people in the media, people who are directly involved with this, and then people like us who are just looking from the outside in. I think that's an important question for people to really look at, because that would explain a hell of a lot. And to a certain extent, I would agree with that. Like, it sucks that Cap, if it's in this position where he started it, and he may not get to see the end of it. But me, being a realist, I expected that years ago. Like, I came to that conclusion years ago. Like, yeah, he started it, but, that's how it goes for the first one. The first one, the first one always is the one that gets the unfair treatment.
Yep, and then they had to use Hov for this. And not use him, but it's just like Hov is just attached to it. And now when I'm telling you, when Kaepernick's fucking documentary or his 30 for 30, whatever the fuck it is, they're gonna put Hov on the wrong side of history. And no matter how you try to flip it, that's how it's gonna look.
But what if he actually does change some shit? Like, I'm not saying that it's going to happen because I don't fucking know. You know what I mean? I'm sitting right here right now. You know what I mean?
If it does, I'm happy.
If it does change some shit.
If it does, I'll be proud of that. I'll be happy as hell. But right now, I honestly feel ain't shit gonna happen. It's gonna be the same old shit. Halftime shows are gonna be better. But the whole social justice shit, there might be some shit here and there. But after that, nothing ain't gonna happen. But that's personal. I hope I'm wrong. I hope Hov proves me wrong. But like I always say, I am right until you prove me wrong. Well, so I hope Hov proves me wrong.
But listen,
that's all.
That's your perspective, though.
It's my perspective.
I just gave you facts on what they have been doing.
But that's my perspective.
I know, but what I'm saying is you can't say I'm right to prove me wrong, but I'm giving you examples of stuff that they did.
I know. I'm talking about when Hov.
Okay, then you're holding on to Hov as in control.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I'm looking at.
Okay, right so now. Hov is in control. Yeah, I agree with you.
That's what I'm looking at. Only time will tell. That's the part I feel.
But I will say this to end my piece. Knowing Hov's track record and knowing what this Players Coalition has been able to pull off in these 9 or 10 months, I have to give them... I'm in a position where they deserve the benefit of the doubt from me, because they have both... you can't deny these. These are facts. These aren't opinions.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
from my perspective, they deserve the right. It sucks that Kaepernick is not involved. I would have liked to have seen Kaepernick involved with this. Maybe they will get an opportunity to mend this out, and they could do something bigger and better. You know, sometimes that's how history works. You start off on a bad note, but then you're able to fix it and move up later. Only time will tell. But in order to get to that time, they deserve the benefit of the doubt to move forward, and rather than just being called a sellout from jump.
Like I said, I ain't calling Hov a sellout. I'm just looking at it sideways. And I hope my gut is wrong. I need to lose some weight anyway. But I hope I hope I'm wrong. I really, really hope. You got anything else to say, Quarantine?
Nah, man. I mean, I'm pretty much right there with JC. Like, real shit. Like, I'm right there with you, dog. Like, you got to give them the benefit of the doubt based on what they've previously done. And when I say they, I'm talking about Rock Nation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, up and down the list, bro. You know what I mean? He hasn't fucked. Well, let me phrase that. He has fucked up.
Oh yeah,
you know,
he has some rare fuck. He has some rare.
But
as far
as social injustice, he's doing
there was that
pretty good so far.
There was that Barney situation. That
like
that
I
whole
said,
Barney
he's doing
story.
Pretty good so
I'm
far.
letting you know. I'm just giving you a list of some of his fuck ups at the whole Barney situation when all that racist shit happened at the Barney stores, and he still wanted to stay in business with them because he's like fuck it. And when the whole Occupy Wall Street shit happened, he made a whole T-shirt that said Occupy all streets, but he didn't want to give none of the money to the fucking protesters and shit like that. And like a few other shit that I remember reading about, but I was like, yeah, I remember that, and I remember that. So
I pay attention to the fuck ups.
Oh, yeah,
no man or woman is perfect.
Well, of course,
you're gonna have
never
fuck-ups
perfect. I remember, but I just really hope, just hope doesn't fuck that this isn't gonna be a big old pie on his face.
That is just last month. Everybody was praising Jay for putting Meek in a position to have a record label.
You feel me?
You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, I'm not going to discredit.
And nobody was bringing up, nobody was bringing up his fuck ups then. You know, so.
I'm not going to discredit all the good shit he did because he did a lot of great shit. And I'm not going to cancel him. Some motherfuckers are saying they're going to cancel Hov. What the fuck?
What kind of shit is that?
No, he ain't kill nobody.
He's
not R. Kelly. He's not fucking R. Kelly. He ain't kill nobody. He just screwed a nigga over. That's what Diddy did. No one wants to. That's the locks.
You know, as fucked up as it sounds, I wouldn't trust somebody that's close to being a billionaire that hasn't fucked somebody over. That's the name of the game.
I mean, look who he's sitting with. He's sitting with a whole bunch of billionaires. Hov is not in this tax. He's not in our tax bracket. He's not in all these other rappers' tax bracket. He's on a whole other level. He doesn't even need to rap no more. That's why he dresses like he don't give a fuck. He's like, I'm rich. You give a fuck.
Yeah.
But there are reports saying he is kind of surprised about the backlash because he's like, what the fuck? And I think he has to find a way to word it better. And he always does. That's how he got Beyonce back. No. So,
look, exactly what you said. He fucked up with Beyonce and released a classic album and got the woman back.
Yep.
And got 2 more kids. So,
hey, man.
He definitely deserves the benefit of the doubt if all else.
Hey,
Just look at that situation.
Definitely. He will not lose unless it's with Nas. But that's a whole different story. Jason. I remember Jason was on Twitter when he was at first. He was mad and he posted that video of Ace Ventura, when he burned his clothes and shit. And he's like, "This is me burning off Hov's clothing." And I posted a tweet that saying, "Now say eat is better than take over." Now he's like, "Grow up, Aaron."
And then the next day he came around. The next day he came around and he was like, "All right, he's in a good position." So
we'll see.
That's just Jason for you, man.
We'll see. Yeah, what's next? Music? I locked my phone. I was talking, and then this conversation kept going. Fuck.
More NFL news. You gotta keep it on sports just so as we get sports.
Yeah, we're watching the Niners in preseason, but we're actually winning.
Antonio Brown is still going through. Look, man, you
that's
can't
your boy.
Can't convince me he doesn't have CTE.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like
CTE Records.
At this point, it seems like he really
is on CTE Records. He's the CEO of CTE Records.
So, Mayock, general manager, he came out and gave this quote unquote ultimatum, which I feel like was just a bluff.
Yeah.
Because in the ultimatum he gives Antonio Brown, he states that we've been fair, we've supported him through this whole basically helmet gate. That's what it is.
That's what this shit is.
So we supported him throughout this, and now it's time either he's going to be all in or he's not going to be all in.
Mm-hmm.
So then, but then he follows it up with, so we hope he's ready for week 1, and I'm like, That motherfucker still got 2 more preseason games left. What are you talking about? There's still got to be work. There's 3 weeks before the.
Hey man, Hard Knocks is happy as HBO happy as fuck.
Yeah, they've been going wild. they've been going wild. All they had to do, they figured out after episode 1 was take the mic off of what's his name, the DB, and just solely put it on Gruden.
Yeah,
that would sell itself.
Gruden is just
like they're looking at
like himself, man.
Like who the hell was in charge of that? Like, fam. Gruden was the voice of Monday Night Football. Just put the mic and camera on him and you're good.
Do your Gruden voice. Do your Gruden voice.
I tell you what, man.
He does not talk like that.
This Antonio Brown situation, man. It's really fucking my nerves.
He sounds like a fucking. He sounds like a weeded out fucking Collinsworth.
No, I'll tell you what. It's the teeth. I'll tell you what,
man. Right, man. See, here's a guy that.
Collinsworth. This is a guy that goes the extra yard and just gets it done.
I dig it, man.
I got a shot waiting for the first time Collinsworth says that shit on Sunday. I got a shot ready to go.
If he's on Madden, you might as well get that. Well, you can't handle it. You'll probably pass out.
He's not on there no more.
Oh, well, no matter.
Yeah, it's Charles Davis.
I've seen the graphics of that.
There's hella glitches on that Madden game.
No, I'm not taking shots every time he says it. I'm saying I have an inaugural shot to take once he says it.
And then you will pass out.
I do not expect to last longer than 10 minutes into that first quarter. Yeah.
But
anyway, so
10 minutes?
10 minutes of the first. Yeah, he's gonna say that shit within the first 10 minutes.
He's gonna say
he's gonna say it within the first 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
I give us more time because it ain't the Patriots opening up, which is so random to me. Why the fuck is the Super Bowl champion not opening the season?
Who's the first Sunday night game?
The Patriots.
Oh, he gonna say it.
No, but he's gonna do the Thursday night game. The Thursday night games, I think, between the Bears and the Packers, if I'm not mistaken.
It's
not the Patriots open on Sunday. They don't
That's
open on
random as fuck.
Yeah, that's gonna be 2 minutes. Yeah, that'll be about 2 minutes into it.
But so Mayock says that Antonio Brown then shows up today they canceled the walkthrough. It's just a meeting. Then I realized it's like, wait a minute, it's the last day of training camp. They're packing all their shit up and they're leaving. And then as soon as I realized that, a report came out that Antonio Brown is now filing a different grievance with the NFL over the same fucking helmet that he just got done filing the grievance for. And we're going to have some more fun with this and see how long it takes place.
Hey, HBO we got 2 more weeks.
HBO's like, we got time, baby.
We got all the time in the world, Craig. We got all the time in the world, Craig.
Yeah.
Put on that helmet. Or don't put it on. Whatever the case.
Or don't.
Yeah.
Or don't.
So we'll see how it goes.
He's gonna probably get kicked out in the series from the season finale. He's gonna
fucking retire and shit. What?
Yeah.
Oh damn, that would be hilarious.
It's gonna be the anti Revis when they were following the Jets on Hard Knocks. Remember, and he showed up on the very last snap and was like,
man, you remember the Dolphins one with Chad Johnson when they fired him on the second week?
Yeah.
Oh, that was sad to watch.
Yeah.
That was sad.
Firing folks is always sad. Yeah.
Shit.
Somebody got reinstated though, which was Josh Gordon, so he's back with the Patriots. So, thanks, motherfucker, because now Brady still has a key weapon, even though Gronkowski's gonna be drunk until week 13 or some shit like that.
Gronkowski is drunk as we are talking right now.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
He's probably passed out on a curb right now.
He's going to wake up the night before the week 13 game and go, "Hey, Bill, I want to play again," and they're gonna be like, "We got your jersey ready. Get your ass in here. Let's go."
I'll never forget what Belichick said when he retired. He's like, "Oh, well, people retire."
Dude,
they just retire every day.
Belichick fucking gets it, man.
Yeah.
Like, just move on.
Yeah,
there's another player retired.
Yeah. So it's good for Josh Gordon.
Now, your Lakers.
Yeah, this was rough. I'm glad I wasn't gung ho. I was happy about him signing with us. I just had my expectations. Martin knows.
Yeah.
I expected DeMarcus Cousins to come in and play a key role. He didn't have to be the guy, so I was excited for that.
Right.
So then to see reports that he tears his ACL in his knee, which was shocking because the report before that was that he just bumped somebody in the knee.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like, fam.
Then TMZ had the fucking clip ready to go. I was like,
serious,
TMZ's the feds, man. Keep telling folks.
And you know what was wild was I didn't even process this till later on that night because this happened the same day as what would have been Nipsey's 34th birthday. Mm-hmm. So I was in full-fledged Nipsey mode. I was listening to the music.
Posting videos.
I'm thinking about one boog, which is Lauren, Lauren.
Right.
And then to see Boogie Cousins go down, I'm like, fam, that's fucked up for LA right now. Like, god damn, we can't catch a break today. and so,
seriously.
And then when I finally had time to process it, I'm like,
I'm
like, no. My mind didn't go there. My mind before thinking of the Lakers was, It's fucked up for Boogie, man. Just think of the last 3 years.
His fucking Achilles,
the quad, and then
ACL.
2 months after the fucking quad.
Shit.
Or 3 months, however long it was.
Yeah,
just the idea that he came back, he looked like he was in great shape.
Yep.
Like, you just can't help but feel for him. And then once you get that humanity out the way, then you're like, okay, well, who's backing up JaVale McGee? And I'm looking at the name, and I'm like, oh, no. Who the fuck is that? Oh, we gotta get a center.
No. That laugh you hear is not Vincent Price. That is Band 12, a.k.a. Dwight Howard.
Yeah.
And now they're showing mutual interest now. And it's just a matter of time.
Yeah. I gave up.
Feels like it.
I gave up on being pissed off at it.
Horrible.
Like, I got all my anger out the way, and I was like, you know what? This is...
I remember seeing that shit on the group chat, and I was at work, I was doing something, and I looked at it, and I was like...
I spent the next 30 minutes pissed off, and then I just thought about it, I was like, if the difference between us getting a title has to be Dwight Howard, motherfucker, that is the universe laughing at us, but goddamn it, you gotta get the motherfucker done. Like, come on, like, just get it done. There's no other center that's even like, I mean, you have Joakim Noah, but I mean, like,
doesn't he hate LeBron?
These niggas hate each other until they play with each other,
I don't
man.
even fucking know.
These big motherfuckers hate each other. Rajon Rondo wore a fuck LeBron jersey. Now he's been his teammate for 2 years now. Like, these motherfuckers hate each other until it's time to play with each other.
Really, who is there? There's Gortat. There's fucking...
There's nobody else.
Fareed.
Mozgov.
Oh, yeah, Timothy Mozgov. That's right. Yeah, oh, we should do that again.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Fortunately, he won't be getting $64 million this time.
Nice.
But, you know, it is what it is.
Okay, you got to give me some history with Sebastian. How do you say his last name?
Sebastian Telfair.
Yeah, what's the story?
Before we get to him, I want to give a shout out to... Well, let me just end this topic real quick, which is, again, if he's the difference, then... All right, you gotta do what you gotta do, but just get the shit done so that way when guys go into training camp, they're ready to go. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I see it from that angle, but Jesus, why? Like,
yeah, no, like it's gonna take probably 3 to 5 games for me to finally be like, just get it out, just see him on the court. Like, I'm ready to cuss his ass out every time I see him on the court.
For sure, for sure.
But you know,
and I really hope he doesn't wear number 12. I really hope he doesn't.
I hope he does, because I could keep calling him Band 12 those first 3 to 5 games.
Probably Band 11.
Nah. Somebody already got it.
Band 13?
Can't wear it. Will Chamberlain's numbers retired. We got certain numbers that are retired that just can't wear it. Will Chamberlain is number 13.
Band 0.
That's Kuzma, fam.
1.
That's another motherfucker that we don't like.
2.
No, that's already. You know what I'm saying? It's just
3
12. You gotta go to 12, man.
Snoop, Doggy Dogg, and Dr. Dre is.
Shit. That's a Snoop tattoo.
That is fire.
On a happier note, I want to give props to Steph Curry. Steph Curry will now be financing the Harvard golf team. So they're implementing that, and their inaugural season is going to take place in 2020-21. So I definitely want to applaud him for that.
Good for him.
Now, when it comes to Sebastian Telfair, when LeBron, his senior year, was getting all that publicity for being at St. Vincent St. Mary, Sebastian Telfair was out of Staten Island his junior year at Lincoln.
Okay.
And they put them together on that well-known Slam magazine cover. The rest is history.
Yeah.
Of course, his career didn't pan out the way he expected it. He was the first point guard to go from high school to the pros. He just didn't gel, and ever since then, it's just been
womp womp at the
just,
womp womp.
Just bad trip with law enforcement.
Yeah.
But this one's just unfortunate because technically he followed the law on this one in terms of what he got arrested for.
Yeah.
What he should have got arrested for, I understand. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucker got weed out, and they making illegal U-turns and shit like that.
Yeah.
So I agree with that. But why he got locked up, I don't agree, because he was legal in this.
Yeah.
He just got sentenced to 3.5 years for illegally transporting legally owned firearms. So they were legal in Florida, but there's this hell of a lot of
New York.
These clauses in New York that nobody really knows about.
That's why Wayne got locked up all those.
So when he traveled with the weapons and they pulled him over and realized he had all the weapons.
He's going to jail now.
Yeah.
What kind of shit is that?
And he's black. It's a
And
wrap.
from what I read it was the baby mama that ultimately was the deciding factor in this when she testified against him and said he was unfit, insane, and all this, that, and the other.
Yeah, I was seeing the video of him just pretty much pleading to the judge.
I turned that shit off because I couldn't watch
shady,
that.
Man.
Like, as soon as he hit the first scream, like, I can't, I'm not going to watch this.
Yeah,
That's unfortunate.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Sounds like a 30 for 30.
You say it sounds like it's in production.
I know, it was a rhetorical statement.
Yeah. So prayers up for Sebastian Telfair. That is not a case of, again, if you want to say any bonehead decisions, having weed in the lap and making an illegal U-turn, I'm not arguing against that. But for what he got arrested and ultimately convicted of and sent to jail for,
that's fucked up.
Yeah, that shit's just sad.
You know,
man.
Like Plexico Burst shooting himself in the foot and still going to jail.
Yeah, it's like, fam, he shot himself. Like, that's punishment enough.
He cheddar bobbed himself, man.
Yeah,
you gotta live with that shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Like fuck.
Yeah.
He cheddar bobbed himself.
Yeah.
On a brighter note, Magic Johnson, he recently turned 60. And so to celebrate, he dropped a bunch of 60 for 60s. All these top 60 lists.
I saw that shit.
And it was funny because you see like the top 4 or 5, and they were like all these orders, and then after a while you start noticing
everything was in alphabetical
order.
A, B, B, C, D, E.
All right, fam.
Like you see Jay-Z at number 45, and it's like, no, okay. And see,
he falls in the J section.
That was one of the times I just kept scrolling. It's like, Magic Johnson, this is what you wanted to do after you wanted to leave as GM? Oh my God, nigga, just kept on scrolling. He's got AIDS.
What if I told you?
No, we don't. No, we don't.
He does not have AIDS.
No, but who's the one that said it? Fucking
Donald Sterling.
That's what I said. I was like saying it because it's just funny how he said it.
That should be funny. What if I told you that 3 deadly letters could turn into billions off the market?
HIV.
ESPN 60 for 60 presents.
Jesus.
HIV. The Magic Johnson story.
No, that's not what's called. You gotta call that shit financial AIDS.
You going to hell.
Wow. Fucking shit, dude.
The 60 for 60 financial AIDS.
You going Jesus. You going to hell. I can just imagine the cover of this podcast right now. Jay-Z and Kaepernick, and it says financial AIDS.
And make sure, you gotta put that 60 for 60 first. 60 for 60. Financial AIDS.
Yeah. When it came to his list, his top 5 was cool. I was like, okay, that's a good top. That sounds like an old nigga top 5, and then the rest was just like,
which list are you talking about?
The rap one.
Okay, because he had a male R&B singer list, and then a female R&B singer list. Then he had a athletes turned businessmen top 60 list. Then he had a list of top 60 people that helped him transition from athlete. And I'm just looking at this like, this is why this motherfucker left.
Yeah.
Yep.
To do this.
Yep.
I'm not mad at it, man, because you clearly living your best life with these 60 lists. Like,
do what you do.
I would love to be Magic Johnson just making lists all goddamn day.
Just for no reason.
Just for no goddamn reason. Just for that guy turned 60.
He just picked random names. I think number 1 on his R&B list was Michael, so that's cool.
Oh my God!
Yeah, it was that one was funny too because it was like the top 4 was like Michael, Prince, and then it just like 3 more. And then all of a sudden after that, alphabetical order.
Yep.
He's like, he just gave no fucks after that. It's like, yep, here it is.
Actually, no, I think the R&B one, he went 10 deep, and then it was
He put R. Kelly on there too. No, that was somebody else. That was the fucking Timberland's list I saw. Number 1 was like,
oh yeah,
but it wasn't Timberland's list. It was by
producer list.
Yeah.
See, with that, I can't get mad at because you can't erase history,
look, man.
Yeah, I told folks that.
I see Robert Kelly and it's like, nah.
I get it, but you can't.
You can't erase.
When
the history.
I said I'm gonna treat R. Kelly the same way as Chris Benoit. We acknowledge him when he needs to be acknowledged.
Yeah.
So we have to acknowledge his contributions to.
And for the
R&B.
90s, he was the king of R&B.
But
see, you did it too.
It's nasty,
but it's nasty.
Bro,
but it's history.
Well, since we're on R. Kelly, he's having a horrible time in jail. Can we get a laugh on that? It's all laugh.
Still can't read. Man, when I saw the headline,
I don't know which one. First, it was he's having a miserable time in jail because he can't read his Bible
or the fan mail.
Or the fan mail.
I'm like, well, wait a minute. Is it because they won't let him read the fan mail, or is it because he doesn't have a reader to read the fan mail and the Bible? Like,
just look at the whole pieces of paper.
Like, does he have to get Braille? Does he know Braille?
He's got to type that shit in the... Oh, he can't even type.
Yeah.
Damn.
Does he know Braille?
Damn.
That would be some nasty shit if he knew Braille to get at certain
fucking
that.
Or ask the warden, can you read this for me?
horrible.
Oh, ask the warden, can you read this shit for me? Like,
Yeah.
That's sad. And then I remember reading another report last week that said he didn't peaky but he promises he'll never look at another young child again.
I hope so, motherfucker. I really hope so.
Wow, that's a revelation.
That takes a lot.
That takes a lot to do, huh? Especially when you walked out of court the first time.
Damn.
Nasty motherfucker.
And then it also was it a doctor? Doctor came out and said he has herpes.
That's not surprising. Didn't the surviving R. Kelly folks say that?
But I think it was just, again, it's one of those things where, people want to play. Yeah, this was all just confirmation.
And not only that, I heard they're going to do a second. I think we talked about it or not, but we'll talk about it again if we did. They're going to do a part 2 of Surviving R. Kelly.
Yeah.
I think it's well deserved because a lot of shit did happen after this shit aired. Just in January.
But see, they shouldn't call it Surviving R. Kelly. They should get Nailing R. Kelly. Or some shit like that.
That's pause.
Y'all can pause all you want. That's a term they use in the tradition. Gotta nail his ass. Get his ass in the courtroom now.
Pause.
I know what you're saying.
That's still nailing R. Kelly, and especially in this.
I ain't trying.
He probably wants to get nailed.
Maybe.
I mean, this is.
He probably is getting nailed at this minute.
He's probably mad as hell because it's the first day of school to this week. So damn. That's nasty.
Like,
but they can't name it.
I remember what I used to do around this time.
Oh God!
I miss the gym.
Jesus! Damn! Cheerleading practice.
God.
Why we going dark?
Southside choir practices at this time.
Ugh! Damn! You took it there.
That's what he was doing.
I don't know. Oh damn! School's. He's looking at the time when he's on lunch. School's out right now.
Yeah, R. Kelly doesn't.
That's fucking sick.
R. Kelly only knows time. R. Kelly only knows time based on when school starts and when school ends. Yep.
Nicki Minaj. Speaking of pedophiles, her boyfriend. Speaking of pedophiles,
and that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you get to the next topic.
Man, this girl again. I was kind of excited to talk about it, and then after a few days of sitting over, I'm just over this bitch right now.
It feels like it happened weeks ago.
It really does. So,
like literally, it feels like it happened a while ago.
It happened last week, and I don't know who wants to start. You start, Martine.
Nah.
Anyway,
I'm tired of her.
All right,
I'll do it. Nicki Minaj was a guest, as promised, on the Joe Budden Podcast, as she promised. And for the first half hour, it was just nothing but grade A fuckery.
Oh, yeah. There's powerful niggardry at work here.
She
just wouldn't stop fucking yelling, dog. Shit.
The video was worse because she was literally on her phone. She was looking good, though.
She was live streaming.
But she looks good.
She's doing the IG live.
No, but they showed on the YouTube, the actual Joe Budden YouTube. You literally see her holding her phone, and she was looking good. But it was like, damn, you were so fucking toxic. But
when she asked Rory, "What's your name?" I was like, "All right, now, now we're going there."
When Joe and Rory said Rory at the same time, and just start because Rory asked a simple question. What did he ask? I forgot. It was something simple. She just went off on him for no fucking reason and called him a whole ass nigga and all types of niggas, even though he's not a nigga. He's a wigger.
No, but Joe calls him a nigga, so
yeah, but still,
and then they try to bait him into saying nigga, so
caught himself a few times. But it was just so, like, for the first half hour, it was damn near unlistenable. And she kept saying, funniest thing when she said that Joe's not used to being around strong women.
Yeah, I pointed that shit out and I was like, he's laughs and Remy Ma, but okay.
Yeah, Remy Ma.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Is you dumb?
Yeah.
And just, I'm sorry, it's just so weird watching Remy Ma on State of the Culture, and it's like, damn, you are a fucking murderer. Rapping wise on the mic.
She's not a good one.
Lyrically,
yeah.
Well, she's not a good one because the target still remains. So
target remains.
Like
target, but it's still damaged heavily.
I mean, yeah, but I mean,
it's still damaged heavily.
Yeah,
it's like she just knows.
I'm just saying, like, her visual, how we perceive her isn't the same, but. She's not dead in terms of industry.
Man, the academics went off.
It's like taking a shot in the arm,
Yeah, like
pretty much.
She caught one in the thigh.
She caught one in the head. and still going brain dead. That's how she's acting right now, really fucking brain dead. But one thing I've noticed when I listened to it, it was insufferable, especially when she left. It was just annoying. But then when I watched it and I was seeing how she was acting, like she had the camera up, but when she put the camera down, she actually looked normal, and I'm like, so this is all just a fucking act. This is all, and I'm
sure we all.
I know, but I'm just saying it was just like a Boondocks moment, like with the whole Ann Coulter and what was CeeLo's what was CeeLo's character? Yeah, it was like that, and I'm going like, so this is all just a fucking act. And deep down inside, you are a good person. I can see deep down you are a good person, but you are fucking depressed and very fucking insecure. I almost felt bad for her because she was still sending out subliminal shots. She kept sending out subliminal. First she sent a fucking clear headshot. It wasn't even a clear headshot because she didn't say his fucking name, so everyone was confused. Because even I thought she was talking about Game.
Yeah, seriously. She, said I've got no respect for rappers that bring up and use women, so shout out Game. And I'm like,
no, okay, rappers that clout chase off another rapper's.
But either way, it was just based off of putting women in the raps, and she's like, shout out Game, and I was like, oh well, she put Game's name on it. And then she started going into Ross, and I was like, wait.
At first,
the only way I realized she was talking about Ross is when she says, sit your fat ass down. I was like, oh, what the fuck?
Even in the video, you see Joe kind of had this confused look on his face, like, hold up, what are you talking about? Yeah. And then when she left, they all said, yeah, she was talking about Ross. And I was like, oh. And then I put two and two together on why she was talking about Ross.
We know where that stems from. It's from Rather You Than Me on Apple of My Eye.
How many albums? That was like, what, last year? No.
That was 2 years ago.
That was 2 years ago.
But fam, she went on Queen Radio and was complaining about what Joe said 2 years ago.
Exactly. I was about to say, she keeps bringing up old shit, man.
Yeah.
She brings up the fucking Monster verse from 9 years ago.
That's true.
Are you surprised she's bringing shit up from 2 years ago?
That's
true. She brings that shit up.
You win.
One more time, I am going to walk to Queen Radio. Not drive, because, and
like
not...
Mike Posner?
Yeah, you're going to call Mike Posner?
Yeah. I'm going to jump on his back.
You're going to have him guide you?
He's going to guide me. I'm going to walk to Queen Radio and kick the door in on some Biggie shit. And I'm going to get in her face and say, woman, don't ever in your life talk about that verse again.
And they're going to walk Mike Posner back?
Yep.
I thought you were going to kick in the door and wave the 4-4.
4-4, yeah, that too.
No.
And tell Nicki, don't talk about that verse no more.
You're going to be the real murder, man. You're going to be responsible for Mike Posner getting killed by a fucking rattlesnake next time.
Yep. I'll be proud of it.
Shit. That's fucked up, man.
I'm proud of it.
No, I don't know why I said it. You know what I said? Yeah, I'm going to be the reason why. And I just had to be like, I had to fight petty with petty in the wrong way. Nicki Minaj, this shit.
You lose, sir.
Nicki Minaj.
Bad day to you.
Good day. Bad day. Nah, but it just got annoying to me. And I thought she was going to stay the entire show. She only stayed an hour.
I'm glad it was only an hour. That was my limit. I appreciate the fact that her last 30 to 40 minutes it came across as genuine. I mean,
but she started talking about rap.
Like, look, you don't get to that particular position that she's been in without at least having some good karma based on some good deeds that you've done for people over the years.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, this is, you put preference aside, which we all have a preference. Can't deny the fact that she was paying off a certain amount of people's school loans. She did that.
Yeah, she did that.
You know what I'm saying? That. She's also been a part of other. If I'm not mistaken, she's done a few Make-A-Wish Foundation appearances.
Like I said,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't just get that from there. But I was already under the impression that this was all just an act. The problem was that she bought into
her own act,
living the act,
her gimmick.
Right.
Like we talk about. Drake being the best character that Aubrey Graham has portrayed.
Onika.
This is a whole different level, though. When
right. She literally, and she went to theater
being a Barbie.
Yeah,
that's true, man.
She literally embodied a method actor. Like she's like, she really embodied. She lost herself, and I think it's because of insecurity because she sees that there's another woman up there that pretty much took her spot. And then and it's like she's trying to bite the head off, but like in those fucking gods and God movies and shit like that, the Olympus gods, when you cut off one head, another one grows. So she cut off that head, all of a sudden Megan Thee Stallion grows. She cut off that head, all of a sudden City Girl head grow. She cuts off those heads, all of a sudden Tierra Whack and all the other women grow. So now there's like a whole legion of fucking heads and women rappers, and she's just one. So either you become the head or you just get your head chopped off.
Yeah. Again, she sent clear-cut shots to Cardi.
Man, that was so stupid.
Bringing up the fact with the Grammys. And,
she said you could have all the Grammys.
Yeah.
You could have all the Grammys in the world and all the number ones, but if you're not on someone's top 50, do you really matter?
And then, she went forward saying that she deserves to be on the top 10 list. She's the best female rapper.
And she could wrap circles around any
female
and
I
rapper.
wanted to, part of me wanted to react to it until I realized chances are you're not strictly going on bars, you're probably going on numbers too. So if that's the case, you could have that because that's your criteria, and I'm not going to get into it.
I took it as just the rapping. I think she was just talking rapping, period, because, silly me for thinking logically in a Nicki Minaj mind.
Yes. What the fuck?
But she did say when it comes to these female rappers, none of these bitches fucking with me. So I was thinking, no, I know, I heard she fucking with me. She made it clear she was talking about top 50s in general, top 10s in general, but she also made it clear when it came to female MCs, she was, in her mind, the top dog overall. And that's when I was like, well, chances are you're bringing up numbers to support that.
Right.
So,
like the whole enchilada.
Yeah.
Man, it's not trying to make sense of this girl.
So it is what it is. Well, it's not about trying to make sense.
Still trying to make sense of the shit.
Yeah, it's not about trying to make sense. It's like what she displayed out. That's,
and still sent shots, and Cardi sent a shot right back and showed what Invasion of Privacy still getting numbers even in 2019. And she was like, "Yeah, these are the only lists I care about." And I was just like, "Yeah, that's a good clap."
To which she later deleted it, and then Nicki before the deletion responded to that with numbers from Queen. So
and Nicki's starting all this shit. I want records to happen.
It's like at this point, everybody shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
I don't want to hear from anybody.
I don't want to, because Cardi's not doing. That's the thing. Cardi hasn't said a word. It's all coming from Nicki's side.
Well, she has, because she keeps responding.
She don't got
to respond.
And that's what Cardi. And that's what Cardi hates.
Yeah, just let it go.
Yeah, I think. And
that's not to shame Cardi, but at the same time, it's like if you know they're gonna keep coming, just who gives a fuck?
I think at some point you just gotta let that shit fucking go.
I think at this point, I think Cardi is gonna let it go, because I think Nicki's just pissed that she's not getting a fucking. Well, you don't want to point at someone that she's not getting a Jay-Z and Nas moment. That's what Nicki's not getting, that type of moment.
Oh yeah.
She's not getting that because she wants a record where they go back and forth. But Cardi's like, nah.
We're so far removed from that now.
Sheether happened. That was your moment.
So I wouldn't even consider that.
But I know, but that's her for the moment she wanted. That's the moment she got. So and she responded, unlike Arbery.
That's true.
So,
well, be fair. He did respond. Just didn't respond the second time. But a lot of people would say that.
You're right.
He didn't respond. No, he did respond. He responded to Infrared, which is how you get Duppy Freestyle. The reason we got Story of Adidon was because of Duppy Freestyle, which was a response to Infrared. So he did respond. It was just he tapped out after the first round was done.
Yeah.
So, but... No, I have to defend his honor in that he did respond.
Yeah, we gotta be more specific. True. We gotta be more specific.
I don't like you.
Again, I spent this whole episode talking about you can't rewrite or omit history. You gotta bring up the history. He did respond.
Yeah, he responded to.
I will omit history.
He responded to Infrared. Yeah, he responded to Infrared. I know that, but. Added on, but
as far as the solo song, she didn't do that. She threw her jabs and fucking No Frauds, and that was that.
Oh my god, that fucking song. Yeah, and then had Drake and Lil Wayne on their shit, and Drake had in the video. Even Drake was like, "Why am I here?"
Yeah,
that was the last song all three of them were together too. That's the wild part about it.
Shit.
And that's another thing I noticed.
Even more ammo for me. Why I hated that picture years ago.
And that was 2 years ago.
I still was right.
Good. Congratulations.
You were right till I proved you wrong.
Oh yeah, you proved me wrong. Yeah, Jason was right. Hey, I acknowledge that you were right. But no, that was another thing I noticed, is that when they brought up Drake, she literally tiptoed around that damn question. She tiptoed around the subject about him. So I was like,
And so, what I noticed too, I don't know if you guys caught it, but a lot of people were saying they were mad or disappointed in Joe because he wasn't hitting her with questions that they felt
I said it.
Should have,
I said that.
I know what you're saying.
There were questions that needed to be asked, but now that I think about the shit, if he would have said that, she would have just got up and left.
Yeah. It would have been more. It just would have been more of that. But the way I took it was some of those questions that people wanted responded were in the same time frame that Joe got upset with her. Like, why are we bringing up old shit?
Yeah.
So because Joe,
the Wanna shit was last year.
Okay, that's fine. But there's some other stuff that was taking place that
like
was going down. That it's just a matter. But even if it was last year, it's pretty safe to assume that Joe probably still would have looked at it. They're like, "Why are you talking about shit from last year?" You know what I'm saying? It was just the fact that if it wasn't in the most recent of memories, as in like the last. We'll say, I'll even give
here's the thing.
I'll just,
see, we're in August, the last 8 months.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. With Nicki has never acknowledged, she never acknowledged Sheether. She never really acknowledged the whole Wanna situation. She kind of did, but she kind of just shrugged it off. She never acknowledged the whole fucking, what was it? I had it in my head. There was the Wanna situation, never acknowledged. She never really acknowledged why she doesn't like Cardi. She never talked about it. Honestly, I don't even feel she will. But she never acknowledged what she has against her.
I mean, I'm not mad at that because if ain't no records being drawn out, who the fuck cares? I don't care.
Part, yeah.
Women don't like each other because they got the shoes one wants.
We all know the answer. We know the answer.
That's what it is.
We already know the answer. Women hate women. It's
gotta be the shoes.
Word to Chris Rock, it's envy. She's just envious. That's all it is. But this subject, I'm about to start. I'm about to start my own movement. Every time I hear a Nicki Minaj record, I'm going to take a knee and call it Operation Ignore Nicki Minaj.
By taking a knee and sitting
I just
through
said it.
I could just turn it off.
Yeah, I mean, you could just push the power button.
Or if I'm in a bar. But like anything
skip.
that she does now, it's like at this point, I'm really just going to ignore it. She dropped a song like last week, a remix to a song, and I really just did not care to listen to it. It's at this point, it's just like, it's just sad.
It is, and again, to what I've spoken on for a while, I will never put an asterisk by her name.
Oh no,
because there's no need for. I don't believe in asterisks. I just will say there is a clear difference in her career when there wasn't really anybody in terms of femcs to go up against. Competition. Thank you.
Yeah.
Versus now, for every like 2 or 3 rappers that are well known, there's a femc there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whether it's well respected or on the come up and bubbling, but they are there. Her career has not been the same since that's come to light.
The whole career has not been the same since.
Yeah, the irony of her fighting for the streams and the stream numbers to count is it opened up the door for us to recognize and be introduced to new women.
Yeah.
As a result.
That's very true.
And she's never embraced them. And another part I've noticed is that when Joe asked, I think Ma asked, what other female rappers have you been listening to? She named like some little local New York rapper, but then the only one she even shouted out was a female rapper. That won her Megatron challenge.
Wasn't it Malibu? What was her name?
Some shit.
I'm gonna look up her name because
some female rapper that no one really knows about, but it was just like
seriously, it was just someone who's unknown when she just did a song
with
Megan
Thee Stallion. Yeah,
like I just don't get it. Like that didn't add up.
I mean, she didn't shout out Meg Thee Stallion.
Malibu,
yeah, that's
was it Malibu Mitch?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Well, she shouted her out at some point. I don't know if it was the one that won the
challenge
contest, but she did shout out Malibu Mitch.
But she didn't shout out Rhapsody. She didn't shout out like City Girl. She didn't shout out Sweetie or Doja Cat. She didn't say none of those young female rappers. I really do believe the only thing she listens in her house is her own music. She's like, if you listen to Queen Radio, that's all she listens to. She's
get her streams up, man.
No, but that's the thing, though. She said on one of the shows, I forget which one, it doesn't count towards the streams.
It doesn't.
So if it doesn't, why the fuck are you only playing your music?
Because it's her security. It's her Bobby world.
It's her world. That's all you listen to.
I know. I mean, I get it.
It's fantastic.
I get it.
All them shits is plastic.
But oh my god, I'm done with you.
What's that from?
The Barbie song.
Yeah. Oh, it's fantastic. Yeah, it's plastic. It's a Bobby world, bro. Yeah, that's all she plays is that shit. She don't play no Megan. She don't. If it does Megan, it's Hot Girl Summer.
Hot Girl Summer, of course.
And that's it. And that's number 11 on the charts. Yeah. And that's gonna fade there. Oh yeah, the streak is over when it comes to Old Town Road.
What a good run, man.
19 weeks.
Thank God.
That's a hell of a way to protest. Oh, you want to leave me off the country? No, fine.
I'll take the number 1 spot for 19 weeks, man. Yeah. And then fucking, who won number 1? Billie, how you say her last name? Eilish?
Eilish.
Yeah, because I have her album on my top list this year. Yeah, for the bad guy. I like that beat, man. That beat's fucking just random.
Yeah.
Hella dope.
But there was a femc that I want to say take offense, but
she caught wind.
Her ears were perked up. And that was DTP Shauna.
Oh yeah. Oh,
a lot of cats don't have to be told about Shauna's pedigree. We know.
Oh yeah, she'll rip your head off.
Yeah.
She even said it on her live, and she still looks low key good too.
Low key.
It was
like, come on, man.
It's rhetorical. Like, she looked good.
Yeah.
Delicious. And she pretty much said, if you feel froggy, delete. Like, if you gonna say something, if you gonna say my name, say my name. But Nicki never says names. And I get so annoyed. Why do people do that shit? Why? Pussies.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that don't do it. Jay's the mastermind of that.
Drake fucking took the
Jay. He took that
Hove,
shit, ran with
No, Hove. It will literally fly over your head. You won't know what the fuck he's talking about till you rewind it in years later. Like, whoa, what? That was a diss to Mace.
Fucking genius breakdown. Oh, he was talking about.
He was talking about dissing. He was dissing this rapper at this time period at this time frame because he didn't like what he ate for lunch. What?
Wow.
Oh yeah. Drake is kind of getting better at that too. No, Drake is him and Hove are neck and neck when it comes to subliminal rap.
It's 1 and 2, but it's not
neck to neck, but he's definitely
not a wide
he's
margin
definitely the
either.
heir to the throne.
Yeah,
for
yes
sure.
he is. And they rapping code. They be rapping.
I have come around to the subliminals. I remember I wasn't really a fan of it, but there's an art to it that I've really grown to appreciate. Where I was like, wow, that takes a lot. That's fucking wordplay. To code it.
Yep.
It's like fucking computer coding.
Like Games My Bitch.
Bro.
Remember Games My Bitch?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good way to do it. What was another good subliminal record? Hove's verse on The Watcher too, the Ja Rule.
Yep.
That was yeah. And let's see, Kicking the Door to Nas with Biggie.
Mm-hmm.
Then he said,
Kicking the Door was also
who else was that too?
Raekwon and Ghost.
Yeah.
He left out meth because he was cool with meth. That's got to be the biggest obstacle. If you are cool with one Wu-Tang member, but you beef with 2 or 3 of the other ones.
How can you fucking maneuver around?
Yeah.
It's like Minority Report, just touching shit and moving it around. That's subliminal.
That's kind of why I appreciate Joe's beef with them. He's like, man, fuck it. I fuck all the Wu-Tang niggas.
He got punched in the fucking eye. That's why Eminem was straightforward. I think he's only been subliminal very few times. I think it was just with Royce or Cannabis, but other than that, Em's been low key very, very straightforward because that's hip hop.
Yeah.
Same with LL Cool J fucking dissing Cannabis because he felt he was being subliminal to him on the same record. Good times. Gotta love hip hop.
Can't borrow a nigga's mic, man.
Nope. I still just can't believe that shit happened. Dude, it was a compliment. I don't give a fuck.
You still worried about that shit? I'm still on when Cannabis brought that fucking notepad out in the fucking battle.
That was sad. He went out super sad. That was sad.
So did this nigga bring a fucking note? What? I legit remember seeing that shit I know that I just not to see this nigga bring a fucking notepad out on a fucking battle rap.
We're talking about battle rap.
It be like that sometimes.
Yeah.
Hey. Royal Rhapsody, her album's dropping this week. And she gave out her list of the top female MCs she's listening to, and she said Cardi B and Megan.
Yeah, the 2 of them were on. She also named an up-and-coming artist. I forgot her name, but if Rhapsody puts her stamp on it, I'm going to go check her out.
Yeah.
For sure.
But yeah, the fact that, Nicki was putting herself in all these lists, and Rhapsody was being selfless and highlighting other women.
See, this reminds me when
her last album was classic.
Yeah, remind me when M did in a Till I Collapse verse when he did his list and he named pretty much everybody and put himself last. I'm just a nobody. That's called being humble. Nicki should just eat some of that humble pie. Yeah. But this pie I want to eat is, how do you say her name?
Fam.
I can't say her. I see it and it's just
man,
Snoh
Aalegra.
Aalegra. There you go.
Snoh Aalegra. Music drop. Give me a hand. Snoh Aalegra, I want to eat that pie for sure.
There was
that was fucking horrible. Oh my god.
Yeah, her album.
No, don't press no.
Oh yeah. That's powerful nigga.
It's not them hours yet, my nigga.
Yeah. But anyway, you can listen to this podcast.
Cut comes on.
It is not hours yet.
But her album, these feels.
Those feels again.
Those feels again. This is one of the best projects of the year. We got another one, people.
Easy.
That's all I listen to.
I'm glad you appreciated every single time when I was bringing up the album coming up on the podcast and everything. Who? You know, the one we went to go see. Oh, yeah. Who?
That's what I told
the one I went to go see. Oh, yeah.
I told Curren that shit too because I was like, oh yeah, I set it up. I was like, oh, is she dope? I'm like, yeah, we saw her at when Jameson came out. She's like, oh yeah.
Yep.
Well, shit, I don't listen to her like that, but now I do. I will listen to her like that because
she's got a very nice under the radar catalog. Like it's she's got a decent amount of albums. I think she's got more EPs than albums, but she's one of the more beautifully under the radar. Her voice is like.
Is it just me? But does her cover look like Sade?
Yeah,
she looks like. I literally thought that was Sade at first.
I saw that. I thought it was paying homage to Sade.
It probably is.
It almost looks like the same pose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I thought it was a homage to Sade. But as far as the album goes, so of course we had "I Want You Around" on one of the playlists some months back when it first dropped.
Whoa.
Situationship, boy.
I'm on Toronto. That's my shit.
You like that one? I like Love Like That. And then
Charleville
9200, which was on her EP back in 2016, the first part.
Oh, I didn't never heard of it.
Beautiful continuation.
Yeah, that shit was just beautiful. And then Nothing to Me, I didn't mean to fall in love. Yeah. You can just pick and choose. This album is just like, mwah! Bitch.
Yeah, I really hope she gets her due on this joint.
Oh, she's gonna get nominated. She better get a Grammy for this shit, or at least a nomination.
And No ID is racking up the checks because
No ID directed and produced all this shit.
She signed to Artium.
Oh wow!
Remember when he started the label? It was her, Vince Staples, Common, and after Janae Aiko.
Yep,
that was the label. Before they eventually start going their own ways. Speaking of own ways, so we touched on Vince Staples real quick.
Oh yeah,
how he left. He put up a video on his IG. I don't know if it's a TV show or if it's a movie or if it's the title of the album, but it's fucking hilarious. It sounds like it's like this pan out narrating of a car. Mm-hmm. These two boys are in it, and it sounds like he's getting ready to strap him up to go kill somebody. He just equips them with chocolate candy bars and he sends them outside to go sell them at the grocery store.
Yeah, nice.
But it's the y'all little niggas signed up for this. Can't go no for an ounce, so you got to look them in the eye and get it done. So remember, you got the one with almonds. That's very significant right there. You got the regular one. Get out and go. Oh, shit. Either way, I'm buying. Whatever that project is, I'm buying. I mean, I want in.
Literally, right when they announced he's joined the Temptations. I'm going to say he just joined the Temptations. Fuck it.
Oh, my God.
He's the Vince Staples show featuring the Temptations.
Yeah.
No one came to see you, Otis.
Never. No nigga ever came to go see Otis. So not even when Watch the Throne performed it.
Damn right. There was the Jacksons, American Dream, Temptations, the Five Heartbeats. Even though it's not based on anything, it's still up there.
Everybody calls it a biopic.
I know.
Like, what? Fam, this isn't a biopic.
Made up niggas. There's fucking Meteor Man in there, man. And let's see, what was the other one? The New Edition. The New Edition one. The TLC story. That was a good one. That was a real good one. You want to count Bobby Brown on there too?
It's an extension of New Edition.
Yeah. Well, I feel like I'm missing somebody. There's another biopic.
They recently did, I think, Bobby DeBarge.
Was on BET?
DeBarge. They did some, and I know that because I'm cool with, and I hope I'm saying the brother that died. Because I'm cool with his son in one of the Facebook groups. Son Chris is in one there, so I communicate with him. But they did a biopic of that, and there was some drama going on there because Chris and some of his other family just felt like, as long as I get my dad right, I don't care how this DeBarge situation looks.
But all in all, Snoh Aalegra, these feels again.
That's a mandatory in your library.
Now.
Yeah.
Everything else you can give a fuck, but that album? These feels again.
Outside of that album, which has all the potential in the world to grow into a classic. There's a lot of mid. At the very best.
I'm mid. Yeah. These mid. This is mid. Snoop Dogg is mid. Quality Control mid. Young Thug mid. ASAP Ferg mid. Currency. Cool.
Currency was cool.
Whoa. ASAP Ferg was not mid.
I just want to say it. P-Lo, you cool.
To me, it was mid, but it was mid I expected. with the hint of party hits, with hints of party hits, I knew he was capable of making.
Right.
So I'm not.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that.
I don't hold it against ASAP Ferg because ASAP Ferg releases mid. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
yeah.
P-Lo, you cool. Cousin Stizz, you cool. Doja Cat, I don't know. We get to you later.
Yo, I don't care about the song with Doja Cat. But that fucking music video, boy. The Juicy video.
Oh, yes.
Talking about if you can see it from the front, just imagine what it looks like from the back. And showing everything from the back. And I'm like, yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. There's powerful niggardry at work.
That immediately went on the playlist for the video playlist.
Like, yeah.
Not the audio playlist, but the visual playlist.
On mute.
No, I will play it. It's not a bad song, but just if I had to pick one, I want the visual.
Anyway, Snoop Dogg. I saw Snoop. It's at that point, Snoop just drops albums when he's bored. So,
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
What
That's how
label
it
is this
sounds,
on?
too.
Just Snoop Dogg, the label?
Empire.
Okay, that makes sense.
Well, Donkey style, but
Yeah.
distribution through Empire. Empire is...
Yeah, just stacking up shit. Shout out to
Damn.
Chang.
Shout out to Gazi. Yeah, shout out to Chang and Gazi.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he dropped I Want to Thank Me. When you're that far in your
That's based
career.
off his Rock of Fame speaking. First off, I want to thank me, because without me, this would have never happened.
Yeah.
I
mean, he's right.
I mean, duh.
Shit.
Of course, it had the Let Bygones Be Bygones joint that I brought up last week.
About Suge and
right.
And then, in perfect timing, it got reported that original co-founder Harry O is getting ready to get out of jail after 31 years.
Huh.
So somebody brought up, they were like, oh, well, damn, that kind of sucks though. He missed like everything that happened with Death Row. And I was like, yeah, but he made a lot of money out of it. So when he comes out, his box going to be rising heavy. So
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
so Let Bygones Be Bygones, of course. DJ Battlecat had some production all throughout. And then Chris Brown, YG, Mustard, and Jermaine Dupri popped up on here.
Y'all know what this is.
Give me a hell
And that was actually one of the standout records.
Really?
Yeah, it was a pretty good record. The one with Russ and Wiz Khalifa, the elements sound good.
I'm like, I like that one.
Yeah, the elements sound good. The joint with Nate Dogg, I was happy to see Nate Dogg on there. Because it wasn't a sample. Like, it was a full-fledged vocals in the vault that he brought out. So that was cool.
Which, by the way, I think today is his birthday.
Yeah. Happy, what would have been his 50th birthday.
Yeah.
Nate Dogg.
Nate Dogg, the greatest hook man ever.
Yes.
In the history
of hip hop.
Yeah. But I mean, overall, again, like, which one? It's 22 tracks. Like,
No.
Yep. And another. No. Quality Control. How many tracks?
30 motherfucking
36?
6.
Yeah.
No.
And I was disappointed with this because they had a string of fucking knocks on here. And I knew people were never going to listen to it because they just saw 36 tracks, so they weren't even going to try.
Oh, yeah.
But the string of knocks on here, like, I'm looking at some of the solo joints from the Migos, and I'm like, why the fuck weren't these on the album?
He's like, why are y'all putting this on here? You should keep this for your
Some of these joints, like, Takeoff was flying on some of these joints, or the solo joints. I was like, what the why?
Is Cardi on any of those records?
Cardi's not on here.
Wow, okay.
They have Rennie Rucci, who is the MC that comes out of New York. I've actually been meaning to get up on her project because she's been on a few features. She did a good job with her feature here. It's Ratchet. It's City Girls, Stefflon Don. And it's produced by Mustard, so you know what you're getting.
Yeah.
A lot of Eat My Pussy, and you can get it if you drop some stacks. But it sounds good.
Every Mustard beat. You keep hearing that.
Yeah. But you remember, so Duke Deuce. Remember that video of the cat that does that wild dance where he's with the group? Never been a scared nigga. And he's like dancing all like that. He has the blue jumpsuit.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
Anyways, it became a big song out of Memphis, and it eventually got him signed to Quality Control. So this is now where the official song is located on this project.
That's fucking dope.
Yeah. So I was glad to see that that happen for him.
36 tracks, man. I could do
It's just 36 tracks. That's like it makes it. If you were not in my position where you're working, you could put it on the background to listen to it all. It makes it like why
I would rather listen to our playlist than 36 tracks. Just of any.
See, if they made this a playlist,
that's probably what this is. That's what that is.
Like if they made, and see, I understand it because you got so many acts on this label, but at the same time, it's like you could just dwindle this down to 20. You know what I'm saying? Like, just pick the 20 best. Give Migos
Dat Piff has to be pissed.
a solo joint each, and that's that.
Dat Piff has to be so pissed these rappers are doing shit like this now and they're like sharing it. It probably is on Dat Piff, but damn.
Not if they're making money off of it.
Yeah, womp womp. Alrighty, Young Thugger. I guess this is his debut album, or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
We'll find out in about a week.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
We'll find out after the sales.
Yeah.
So much fun. Now, I try, keyword try, to give Young Thug the benefit of a doubt because I don't know what people hear in him. I can tolerate his features. And I remember there was a long time period when we started this podcast, JC was just on a whole boycott Young Thug.
No.
Am I right?
Why was I on that?
Because he just said some whole fuckery niggery shit because he sounded like a damn fool on the red carpet.
Ignorant as fuck,
And
that's
that
why.
too. And he was ignorant. He was ignorant. And I understood that. But then there were times I would say, like, there was some albums like Jeffrey. That was the only one I would kind of give leeway to, like, that I could tolerate because I could understand what the fuck he's saying. Now, he's kind of grown up. He's not trolling no more like as that. And Young Thug fans were just so happy that he's releasing. This is his official debut album. So
For
much,
now.
yeah. I thought Bart of Six. I thought Bart of Six was the debut one. I thought fucking Slime Season 1, 2, the whole Slime Season series was like the debut albums. But
No.
this is it.
You didn't think Jeffrey was a debut?
I thought Jeffrey was a debut album too, but they said that was a mixtape because it didn't do
Thugger
that
Girl?
well. Oh, beautiful some Thugger
Yes,
Girls.
that shit.
Yeah. So this album's so much fun, and what I have to say about it, nothing. Because I only listened to the first few songs, and then I just realized to myself, he's not for me. I can listen to him when it comes to features, but at this point, when it comes to a full project, I don't care. Young Thug fans are happy about it. They say this is what they wanted. More power to you. But to us normal people,
No.
I'm not listening to the whole thing.
wow.
Yeah, me too.
Wow.
I'm not gonna say speak for yourself because I'm not gonna go back to the entire thing.
Yeah,
Never.
nah.
Never.
But in seeing his hardcore fans say, "Oh, this is a great piece of work,"
Who are we to say that?
It sounded good. Like it just, I haven't been high on Young Thug in years, so it is what it is. I don't pay attention to him like that. But
Same here.
there are some joints on here that I fuck with. Like Ecstasy was a great joint. Hot with Gunna was dope. Bad with Lil Baby was great.
Yeah, that's my shit.
I like the first
21 Savage again, killing the features this year.
I like the first
I'm
track.
scared.
The first track was cool.
I could see it. Yeah, like just how it is. It was all right. Like it was cool. Then it just got funny when Cartier Gucci scarf when Lil Duke started rapping. And
Defend this shit.
I'm not gonna.
I'm not-
There is
you.
no defending that
There
shit.
is.
Yeah,
I'm asking the people. And they're going to be silent.
I was confused because I thought he had Oscar the Grouch rapping.
I thought it was Cookie Monster.
Sound like both of them.
Yeah.
They had a baby.
So yeah. That's what,
Child.
That's pretty much all we can say about
Yeah.
That's all we can say about
I mean,
that.
of course, he had the London on there, which
And-
closed out.
yeah.
But
And
then
when J.
J.
Cole
Cole
was-
and T Minus also produced Mannequin Challenge.
Yeah, J.
Juice
Cole.
WRLD.
And J. Cole pretty much executive produced this album. He executive produced.
Really?
Yes, he executive produced. He's the one that sequenced the whole album and everything. I mean, you gotta remember, he brought Young Thug on tour with him. So,
Yeah, no, I know that, but
I know, it's weird. Doesn't make sense.
I don't understand why he would attach his name to that. Like, personally,
Because these rappers don't view some of these guys like we do. They actually know these guys.
that's true.
They
They're
break bread
friends
with
with
them.
them. They're
You know what I'm
friends
saying?
with them.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one thing that we always got to keep in mind too. When it's like sometimes that's why putting certain rappers up against each other to me is stupid. Because it's like, why are y'all separating the fan bases when you know when they go on tour, y'all gonna have to come together?
Right.
Yeah.
Like this shit don't make sense.
And it's only on the internet.
Yeah.
Only on the internet, not in real life. This
Yeah,
ain't,
like
this ain't
these-
like the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC because it was like on site with them fans. Still to this day, think I'm playing.
I really don't. I remember the shit.
Yeah, that was
You know
some
what I mean?
gang shit.
Like I mean, in Young Thug's defense, I've been critical of him over the years. It felt good to see, the day that Nips passed, Young Thug go up there and said, "I'm glad I wasn't there because I would have had it tucked on me."
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like these niggas fuck with each other.
oh, friends.
Yeah.
So, man, that's like the nicest
So
shit
much
you've
fun.
ever said.
Plus, from a business standpoint, J. Cole attaching his name to that is brilliant. You get to snag over some Young Thug fans for your next joint.
I
you're
remember.
right.
It's
I just
all
you're right.
Again, it all goes back It's a business.
I just remember when it got announced that he was going to be on the KOD tour. Wow. Man. Now you want to say it.
Yeah.
It may not come when you call. It may not always be there on time, but
it's long. Yeah, you hear it. No,
not always when you call, but it's always on time.
Yeah. I just remember when he announced that he was going to bring Young Thug on tour with him, and Young Thug fans and J. Cole fans were like, "What the fuck?" And hey, I guess
it worked.
I guess so.
I mean, they all left paid
and happy, and friends.
So I mean, again, I'm not going to revisit the album, but I'm not going to call the album trash.
This is like the most nicest thing you've ever said about Young Thug.
I'm allowed to take everything on a case by case circumstance.
Understandable.
I
you know what I'm saying? Like,
proceed.
Yeah.
So that's all we can say. So let's move on. We want to talk about Currency. Did we talk about Currency a little bit?
Nice 6-track EP.
Yeah.
It's him solo. I forgot there's a main producer that pretty much produced all the tracks, and then there's co-producers. Nard and B was a production group that was a part of it. Several others. It's typical Currency, and I'm not saying that in a bad way. If you fuck with Currency, this is right up your alley.
Yeah. Anyway, HBK's very own P-Lo.
Oh, you missing Ferg?
Ferg? Oh yeah, except Ferg. Floor Seats. How was him? How was he? Him.
If you don't know what Ferg is by now, that is. I'm not saying this about you.
Oh, I know.
I'm saying this in the mic. If you don't know what Ferg is by now, that's your fault. Ferg is going to give you some joints where you're going to kind of scratch your head, look around like, all right, but then he's going to have 1 to 2. He's going to have those 1 to 2 party joints where it's like, that's how he survives.
Trap Lord is a fucking classic, man.
Jet Lag and
album.
Wham are those 2 joints on this album.
I like Pups.
Pups was alright for me.
When the Get At Me Dog,
That shit was. But see, to me it was
kind of dope.
See, to me it was. Rocky, you can't talk that shit because you was bitching and complaining about being in a hotel room in Sweden.
But you know,
I ain't trying to hear no fucking Get At Me Dog from Rocky, fam. Like, come on, man.
You don't know what that cell really looked like, bro.
Yeah, it looked like a dorm room. Like, come on, man. Motherfucker was watching Swedish TV.
Hey, but you know what?
Eating all the dark Swedish chocolates.
You stupid. But yo, wigs and butt naked, yo, that shit made me laugh,
Rico
bro.
Nasty.
Like, more than anything,
his part was funny.
Laugh.
First part was funny. Rico Nasty killed her verse on Butt Naked.
Oh yeah,
she destroyed that shit.
Rico Nasty, she's something else, man.
Yeah, I mean overall, it's
typical Ferg.
It's Ferg.
Like,
you know what you're gonna get.
All right, HBK's very own P-Lo, Shine.
A nice follow up to the last joint.
What was it called? What was his last one?
Prime. Yeah.
Prime, Shine. Good.
They kind of go together in some. I'm not gonna say a strange way, but I mean in terms of a follow up. I mean, you can tell by the cover art. The cover art is pretty goddamn similar.
Yeah.
One is kind of Prime is kind of the outline of his body. Shine is a close up of his face.
Yep, makes sense.
First half of this, specifically his teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The grill.
Yeah.
First half of this joint is pretty typical. I mean, he had the single Hella Fun with Jay Anthony. And he's got Kehlani on a joint that traditional and hardcore HBK fans who were introduced to Kehlani through them would appreciate her being on. It's not no R&B type joint.
No, that shit was fucking sick.
It's a slap. Yeah. So he's got that. Then it gets to the second half, and I was hearing some joints from P-Lo. I was impressed. I was hearing some production and bars from him that I was not expecting. I was very happy with those. Like
he should. You know what that is?
It's growth.
Growth.
It's definitely growth. All Falls Down. Here with Dumb Kennedy was dope.
That shit was sick.
And then Jesus Piece. Jesus Piece was a nice kind of personal track.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Very, very nice. So I mean overall I'm not going again, I'm at a point now, P-Lo's way too deep in his career to try to get people and persuade them on him. Mm-hmm. But if you've been rocking with P-Lo for a while, you could definitely hear the growth on the second half of this album.
He's like the surviving
sure.
He's like the surviving HBK member.
He's the Jim Jones of HBK.
He really is.
Damn.
That's the best way to describe him.
Yeah.
He really is.
P-Lo is the Jim Jones of HBK.
He is the Jim Jones.
That makes so much sense.
He is.
Now you don't even have to think about it.
Yeah.
He really is.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Shout out to them and the whole HBK.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Cousin Stizz. I thought this motherfucker was from the Bay. Cause I remember I was reporting about him. I felt like I reported on him a whole lot back then. But he dropped. Is this his debut album?
I have no idea because this is the first time I heard him.
Okay.
I did not.
No, he's been around since 2015. So yeah, he's been around for a good minute. But trying to find my next thrill.
Fam, this nigga's from Boston.
He's from Boston.
Seriously, I just looked that up right now.
I literally thought he was from the Bay this whole time.
Oh, yeah. That is powerful
his name
nigga
really, it's like deja vu when I fucking hear the name Cousin Stizz.
I think you're thinking of Cousin Fick.
Nah, I'm
Or
really
Dave Steezy from HBK.
I'm thinking of the name had the cousin in it. I really feel it. I'm getting like a fat ass deja vu. That's besides the fucking point. Trying to find my next thrill. I pretty much kind of enjoyed this album. I liked how this whole shit sounded. How it started with Meds and Anonymous with Snoh. That was a great ass record. And R&R and Jump Out the Phone. Everything about this whole album was pretty damn solid. Low-key surprised me.
Again, I had no idea who he was going into it, but I saw a bunch of people listening to it on Apple Music, so I was like, I might as well play it today. Yeah, the joint with Snoh was good. So with Sean Wire was really the standout for me.
Yeah.
I thought that was a great record.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Freddie Gibbs on this shit.
Yeah, despite Freddie Gibbs talking wild and picking sides, Freddie Gibbs delivered a dope verse on here.
Can always rely on that.
Yeah, when all those fails, Freddie Gibbs can rap.
Yep. Seriously.
And he can post some funny ass. I'm telling y'all, people, go on his fucking IG story. If you had a bad day, just go on his IG story.
Yeah.
That is all.
No, but again, overall, I was impressed with this guy. I for not knowing, and apparently I went through his discography just now. This is his second album, and he's had 4 mixtapes and EPs prior. And then seeing he signed to RCA, I'm impressed. I want to go back and check out his discography now.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Ah, shit. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's music.
Well, yeah, Lil Nas X, even though he doesn't have the number 1 album again, he was on the cover of Time magazine. 1 record. 19 weeks on the fucking 19 weeks at number 1, and you get on the cover of Billboard.
Is he Finesse King of 2019?
Time Magazine.
Time magazine, yes.
Is he Finesse King of 2019? Because he's
Oh, by far,
Without question.
He's got my vote.
he has summer.
Seriously.
He has record of the year. This is the record of the year, whether people like it or not.
I'm not calling it record of the year. It's just the most highest charting record of the year. But
You can't go
I'm not
nowhere
gonna-
without hearing this fucking song, man.
In the Grammys, it might win Record of the Year. I could see that.
Oh, yeah, but they
I could definitely see that.
They pick
So
popular
that would
songs
make
for that, you
sense.
know what I mean? So
What's up?
they pick popular songs for that. So
Yeah.
Man, you
Oh,
think,
yeah.
and then they picked. You thought Despacito would have won one, and that didn't win it. So, yeah,
it took a lot of Latin awards though.
I'm sure it did.
Latin Grammys.
Yes, it did.
It killed at the Latin Grammys.
Despacito. Yeah, people got a lot of Latin Grammy awards.
Yep.
No, he didn't get any.
They didn't get
No,
the
they did
remix
for
one?
They put the
traditional.
original.
Yeah.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah.
They said this is our Grammys.
Plus, when he
You can have it over there.
and plus when he performed it, he was all just talking English, saying, "I don't know what the words are to the song," and da 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 da. They got offended to that. So.
Yeah.
They never admit that publicly. Like,
Yeah,
you know what
seriously.
I'm saying? Just say you took Rosetta Stone for 2 weeks and you're still learning. Like,
Hey, the way he's singing, you thought he knew Spanish.
yeah. But shouts out to Lil Nas X, man.
For real.
19 weeks solidified, and then you top it off with Time.
All you had to do was give him the number 1 slot in the country Billboard charts. That's all you had to do, white people. Now look at us.
No.
Now this is a kid
Now
that
this
got
is
to
a kid.
start, that got to
shit.
start his movement and see the fruition and fruits of his labor at the end.
Shut up, Collinsworth. Shut the fuck up, Collinsworth.
Okay.
You won't shit in that Super Bowl anyway. Niners, bitch. Anyway, we had a little top on our timeline when all the madness was going on about Hove and the NFL. We decided to, throw some little content out there.
Yeah.
And call it the ill topic of the week. No.
How you tell somebody no and you pressed
No, I was
no?
God damn it.
Shut the fuck up.
All right, Caesar. Playing like no.
He said that from his soul.
Yeah, he meant that shit.
Nigga.
That nigga Caesar meant that.
Oh, he meant that shit. Get your hands off me, you damn bloody ape. No! Everybody got silent. Like, oh, shit.
Even the apes was like,
Oh, this nigga serious. I love playing the apes. You know Disney's thinking about doing a sequel, a remake to that shit? Planet of the Apes. I
put
love
that shit. Just make it a Disney Plus original. You don't make it a movie. Just make it a series.
That's gonna take a lot of money.
I will pay for it anyways.
Yep.
I'll watch it.
That's gonna take a lot of money to do. I love the new trilogy.
You don't think Disney got that money?
Seriously.
Avatar money, Avengers money.
Every time you watch
Star Wars
ESPN,
money.
you pay Disney.
We're watching it right now.
Seriously. Shit.
Anyway, ill topic of the week. It was the 2009 to 11 to 13, the XXL freshman classes. XXL freshman classes.
Yeah.
So,
I wanted to go through. We examined it. We looked at 2012, and I was like, that's kind of easy for the questions we're asking. So let's make it a little bit more difficult.
what was the 2012 one?
French Montana.
No.
Iggy.
No.
Oh, no.
French was a headliner.
French is kinda dope, man.
French was a
Iggy-
headliner. MGK, Hobson.
Well, MGK still
Roscoe
cool.
Dash somehow made it after years
Oh
of
my
being
god.
Yeah.
out. And then it just kind of went.
And then
south.
who the fuck is this?
No, it just kind of, a lot of guys.
Fell the fuck off.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to MGK. He's still alive.
Yeah,
he's really rocking.
Yeah.
And French Montana.
Yep.
And
Iggy just released her album.
Yeah.
Like I said, they're like those are the headliners. It's just after that, it kind of just
Angel Hayes.
it just got too it just got too
Yeah.
easy for the questions we were gonna ask. So I was like,
Right.
well, 13 has some pretty strong members in that list, so let's just rock with that. So we asked a few questions. So listeners, of course, and then hip hop fans in general, they got to participate.
Yep.
And basically we asked them to pick their favorite class, pick their least favorite class, and then pick their 10 favorite rappers from all across the board from these 4 classes. So out of 40 people that put their input in, 80% said that 2010 was the best class.
I agree with that one.
Yeah.
That's the one with Charles Hamilton, Wale, and all them.
No,
Which
that's
one was-
2010 was the one with Nip, J. Cole, and all those.
That one, yeah.
Now the ones with Wale and all them, out of 23 inputs, 91%, the 2009
They thought that was the worst one.
Yeah.
Now that's wild.
And after seeing the 2013 class, yeah, I agree because again,
It
you're
makes
just
sense.
looking at like the top 3 or 4. The other guys just 2013, the guys are still cooking.
Yeah.
I mean, that one was Schoolboy Q, Absol, Travis Scott just dropped the classic in Astro World.
Yeah,
like
Charles Hamilton's all cracked out of his mind. Asher Roth is just could barely get a retweet now.
And I feel bad.
Seriously.
I feel bad for Blue because Blue had such a promising
Kid
career.
Cudi.
Now he's not even doing anything.
Kid Cudi still rocking. Wale still rocking. Charles Hamilton and Asher Roth were the 2 fucking main standouts. I really thought they were gonna be like the ones.
That was like the question 3 people asked when I went to the Facebook groups to get responses. That was the first response. Where the fuck is Asher Roth at?
I still follow him on Twitter, dog, and he still drops music, but he has his own little cult following, and he's comfortable doing
And
just
then,
that.
and then one of my boys, he threw a wild card. Shout out to Palmer. He was like, "Where the fuck's Diggy Simmons at?" Because Diggy was part of the 2011 class.
Yeah,
and I was like, he's been around. I was like, he actually dropped a video about 4 months ago. Like, he's still doing things. You know, he's part of that Simmons brand. He ain't got to work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's true, man.
He's hip hop royalty.
Man, 2009, man, I thought that was Mickey Fax was on that shit too.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, so they said, 91% said that was their least favorite class. And then when it came to compiling the rappers, I'm just going off of the tallies. So this is based off of 32 people's input. J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar both came in at the top, tied at 29.
Obviously.
Nipsey is the third behind them at 28 nods. Meek Mill at 22. Big Sean at 20. Big Crit and Schoolboy Q split at 18. Wale and Wiz Khalifa split at 16. And then J-Rock at 15. So that was the top 10.
That sounds like the credible ass top 10.
It actually does. It really does.
Because all 10 of them are still legit, especially the first 2. So it's like, I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
And
then the ones that I believe just missed the cut, if I'm looking at this properly. I think it was Mac Miller, Freddie Gibbs, and then there was one other cat. They they were within range. It's just they fell throughout.
yeah.
A lot of people, there were a couple people put Donis and Fashawn in at 1 apiece. They thought that they were in the top 10. I was like,
as much as I like Fashawn,
and I was like, Fashawn just is a product of being in wrong place,
wrong time,
wrong
era.
situation, type
Yeah.
deal. But even with saying that, I agree. Like, nah,
Donis disappeared.
that he did.
I don't know. It wasn't. Who was the one that was on? Who was the one that was on MMG that disappeared?
Pill.
Not Pill. There was another nigga too. You know what I'm talking. Damn, you forgot about him too.
You're talking about Stally, but Stally didn't disappear. Stally's been dropping records. We talked about 3 EPs last year with Stally.
That is true. He's just seriously. That's how quiet he's been.
But I think he's moved on to a point in his career where he
was really out of
he's good now.
Yeah,
he was out of place on MMG. Stally.
To me, he wasn't, only because that's when Ross moved in and got Fat Trell and Tracy T.
Yeah.
Even though Stally was obviously on Self-Made 2, so he's still fit to me.
Yeah.
He was just along the Wale side of the spitting.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Yeah. He was
MMG right now is like the shield. So it's like, it's only the top 3.
Yeah.
But
I mean, they're like the core of DX. At the core of DX, it's always going to be Triple H and Shawn
Michaels, and that's it.
Yeah.
The end.
Like, this is the core. But then to later find out Pill wasn't even signed to MMG.
He just disappeared. As soon as he was done fucking with them, gone.
Yeah.
His Thanos snapped.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah.
B.O.B. Damn, he was on that too. In 2009.
Yep.
Man, B.O.B. man, all he had to do was stay that mainstream lane. That's all he had to do. That was his lane. And then he wanted to flip it. Now he was talking. Now
Wiz Khalifa took his lane. Who would have saw that?
You fuck saw that.
Seriously.
His first album, I actually liked. The Adventures of Bobby Ray, I actually liked that album. And the second one, it was like, okay, you made your lane. This is hella mainstream. Stay that lane.
Yeah.
Get on the Fast and Furious soundtracks.
Yep.
Let's do all that rippity rap because he can rap. And then all of a sudden, like, you decided his third album, I'm gonna get ratchet. Huh?
Yeah.
What kind of shit is that?
Even though I liked Headband.
It just wasn't
same here.
him.
Yeah.
It wasn't him. I was like, that's not. No, you're the Airplanes guy.
It was Mr. Fab, though. Shout out to Mr. Fab.
Yeah,
right?
Mr. Fab, right? Yeah.
Got a plaque. I was actually pretty impressed to see how many people fucked with Sci-Hi and Currency. They both ended up with 7 apiece.
Oh, I believe that.
7 nods apiece.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
I believe that.
So I left it at that. I wanted for us on the podcast to respond to a different question.
Okay.
Which was, how many classics do we believe that each class has?
Okay, I'm looking at 2009. Wale has. Can we count mixtapes too?
I'm definitely counting mixtapes.
Oh, you have to.
Okay, so
I'm counting all bodies of work.
This is the mixtape era, man.
But I will say this, and this is how I look at it. I say the number of classics altogether with X amount being mixtapes. You know what I mean? So, for example, like 8 classics with 3 being mixtapes.
So okay,
I just like pointing those out.
So Wale, in my opinion, has 3. I'm looking at the 2010 one.
2009.
Right? 2009. And Wale had the album, the mixtape About Nothing.
Of course.
The album About Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then I feel Ambition. That's 3.
The Ambition just missed my cut because I went back and listened to it, and I was like, I prefer it over the album About Nothing. Mm-hmm. But the album About Nothing to me is just, there's no denying it.
Yeah. And then
and
I'm looking at Charles Hamilton. I want to say the Pink Lava Lamp, but I'm sure. Have you guys heard the Pink Lava Lamp? I said no. Yep. Really great album.
About that.
Yeah, it's a great album.
So I'll definitely side with 2 of Wale's projects.
Yeah.
Blue with Below the Heavens.
Oh,
is
yeah.
a fucking beautiful masterpiece.
That it is.
I will definitely count that, and that's why it makes it that much sadder on his status now.
So that's 2, 3. So what about?
So I'll say Currency to me, just he has a lot of great albums. Just none of them were able to just get over that hump.
Okay. Oh, we gotta say Kid Cudi.
Unless you count How Fly, but then
It's a duo.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Oh, we gotta count Kid Cudi, Man on the Moon, the first one.
I'll give Cudi that.
the first one, definitely.
I'll
So,
give Cudi that.
so all around, Wale got 2, Blue that's 1, and so 4 on 2009.
So I believe 4 is. That's where I was at with that one.
Okay.
2010. I will.
Oh shit! Here we go.
I'm going to go out and say that for me there is 9 with 5 of them being mixtapes.
Whoa.
Okay, so for me,
That's a lot,
so
man.
J. Cole, that's the warm up. Friday Night Lights.
You got it. And
2014 Forest Hill Drive.
Yep.
you hit all 3 of mine for J. Cole.
And then Nipsey, that's y'all.
Dude,
Nipsey,
this
I
is
got
tough, man. Because I mean, I feel a certain way with certain mixtapes. You know what I mean?
Nipsey, I got
Victory
Victory
Lap.
Lap and Crenshaw.
That's
See, I would throw Mailbox Money in there.
Mailbox Money was great, but it was just, again, it's just something about Crenshaw.
Like I said, this is where it's me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I have an attachment to his music, so I mean, there's that.
Oh yeah.
But I'll agree with you.
Side note, J. Cole fans, sorry, Born Sinner ain't it.
No. Not even
I
close.
just wanted to say that.
Not even close. But he got 3, huh?
Yeah.
Then Wiz.
So for
Christian OJ.
Nipsey, for Nipsey, it's 2.
2.
Okay, and then Wiz is what?
Christian OJ.
So that's 2.
Beautiful masterpiece with that one.
So that's 1 for Wiz, and that's it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say OJ the Juice Man. Fuck that.
For Big Sean, I got 2.
That's
Dark Sky
Detroit
Paradise
and Dark
is
Sky
Detroit.
Paradise. Yep.
Hey, but OJ the Juice Man does have a classic.
What?
His ad lib.
Anyway.
Hey, okay.
And J Rock.
Half a brick.
What about J Rock?
J Rock, unfortunately, I don't
Redemption.
see having a classic.
You don't think Redemption?
I don't think Redemption is a classic. I think
Wow.
Redemption is a great album.
I put Redemption as a classic.
I definitely put it up there.
Classic.
Well,
Only because it was the first 3 tracks for me, where it just didn't sound like they all intertwined with each other.
I'm putting Redemption up.
And then it kind of there's like 1 or 2 tracks towards when you get to the ending. So just overall for me,
So Freddie-
like it's up there. Don't be wrong.
What about
I'm not
Freddie
wrong.
Gibbs?
Gibbs, I would say, has 1, and I've seen a consensus when it comes to Gibbs. It's always one of the following 3. It's either Pinata, which was with Madlib, Shadow of a Doubt, which was released that same year, or it's Bandana, which got this year. I did not realize how well received that album was until I was going through Gibbs shit. There's like 3 publications that gave it like a perfect score.
Yeah.
Like I did not know it was. I knew like it was for me. It was gonna be one of the top albums this year. I just didn't know it was reaching that.
Right.
Pretty much all together.
That's what I've been hearing.
So Freddie Gibbs got what, 1?
To me, he has 1. It just matters. It just goes along with different people. Like different people say
like which one you prefer.
So it's 1 for Freddie Gibbs. Me and Martine Phil, J Rock got 1.
I'm not mad at it. Like I'm not gonna call you guys crazy for it. Like
so that's
Redemption's
2.
a great fucking album
Okay,
to me.
2. So
I'll count it.
Nipsey got 2. Wiz got 1. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So then all we're doing is on J Rock. They got 10 with 6 of them, with 5 of them being mixtapes.
So that's 10.
Yeah,
Alrighty, that's a good one.
we got that. Then get to 2011.
Whoa, time out.
What?
Nothing for Big Sean?
We
said
said that too.
Oh,
We said Dark Sky Paradise, and then we said
I
Detroit.
must have missed that shit.
Stay off the weed.
Like I was like looking through, I was like, wait, y'all didn't say nothing about Big Sean. What the
Alrighty.
No, we brought up
All
Big
right,
Sean right
so
after.
now-
right around
fuck?
Nipsey.
Yeah, I must have missed that one.
2011. All right, Kendrick. All 4.
Yep.
Just 4.
That's without
just
question.
4 off top.
Yeah.
YG
As YG
got 1.
Yeah. As a member of Big Crit's stand base.
Oh my God, Meek. What the hell?
Shit.
As part of Crit stand base, I got 3.
I'm looking at Meek right now.
Wait,
He
which
looks like a
ones?
weirdo.
I just want to know.
Oh yeah. That picture does not do his him or his career justice.
No.
God, Meek. What will you? Even he's like, why do I look like a fucking handicapped guy, man?
He probably was celebrating that the PO that the judge let him get to go to this fucking event.
Shit.
Yeah.
As we later find out, you know.
Fuck that judge.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Crit, the wide consensus with all the fans in terms of his album,
Catalactica.
from fans and critics alike, is Catalactica. Like that's his highest ranked album.
Right.
So that's for the albums. As far as his tapes go, Return of Forever and King Remembered in Time.
Yep.
For me.
Return of Forever. Yep.
Right there with you.
YG got 1. Kendrick, of course, 4.
Yeah.
Crit got 3. You said.
Yeah, 3.
Meek. Okay, we got. If we count the mixtapes,
Meek,
Dream Chasers
Dream
2.
Chasers 2.
So that's
The
1.
second one.
Yeah, that's what I said. Dream Chasers 2.
That's where it ends with me.
That's
Dream
it.
Chasers 2.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
maybe championships, but whatever.
We'll see how it ages later on. I mean, it's just there's just still too much filler for me.
I'm looking
Yeah.
at Yellow Wolf, and I want to say Trunk Music because I really fucked with Trunk Music.
I didn't
the very
include,
first one.
I did not include Yellow Wolf as my white rapper, but I included Mac Miller's Watching Movies with the Sound Off.
What about Swimming?
It just missed that for me. But Watching Movies with the Sound Off to me that's a classic.
God damn, they had Fred the Godson on this fucking cover. I still can't believe that shit happened.
He had good potential too, because that motherfucker could rap. His
I
ass
know
off.
he
Like,
can.
He could
Like, seriously.
So all around for 2011, 4,
I had
7,
I had 12,
8, 9.
with 4 of them being tapes. Because see, I see Sci High to me has 2.
Oh, yeah, Sci-Hi? What the fuck is
Sci-Hi
Sci-Hi?
What the
has-
fuck? I
What
didn't
the fuck is
realize
that?
you. Yeah.
Oh my God, the one holding the ruler.
Yup.
Yep.
Wow, that's a bad. Damn, they're gonna look back at these pictures like, what the fuck was I thinking? Especially you, Meek.
young
What
pups.
were you thinking?
Young whippersnappers, man.
I mean,
Just happy to be there.
I mean, Kendrick looked like he's just about to go spaz on somebody.
Yeah.
Look at him just sitting there.
He's
like,
just chilling, man.
I'm gonna kill somebody.
He's like, y'all about to die right now.
I mean, I don't want to be too biased, but Lil B, everything he touches is classic. So
Yeah, you know.
he's
So
a
that's
bass guy.
infinite.
He's
So
he's
2000
infinite. Yeah, he's
so
infinite.
2011 is just infinite classics.
Lil B, the bass guy, baby.
But honestly,
But all in all, with Sci High, No Dope on Sundays, and
Yeah,
then
that's a
Black
classic.
History Project, the first one.
That's two.
That oh my god, that mixtape. I can still blast that shit to this day.
So all around,
I had 12 with 4 of them being tapes.
Okay.
Because a lot of people still confuse Section 80 as a tape, and I'm like, fam, that's an album.
You're saying 4 on which call? On Kendrick?
Kendrick, yeah.
If you count Section, huh?
I don't count OD.
Nah.
To me, he was finding his footing. It's again like these
Once
are
again attachment. My bad.
No, it's all right.
It's all right. It happens to all of us.
Am I going to defend it when I'm talking about Kendrick as a whole? You damn right I am.
Yeah, exactly.
Motherfucking right. The Heart Part 2 was on there.
You motherfucker.
Saying.
So I'm definitely going to go to bat and defend it. I'll definitely go to bat and defend Kendrick Lamar EP.
Oh yeah.
It's just when I'm thinking of classics, he was building. I just look at it like. It's just his process. He had to get there to get to Section 8.
Right. I get you.
Alrighty, this is a weak class, but still cool.
They still got classics in here, though, to me.
Oh, I'm looking at Schoolboy, and that's... You call Oxymoron a classic?
No, but I call Blank Face LP a classic.
Sorry, yeah. I call that shit, too. Yeah, that's a classic.
I would flip that,
I would until I replayed both of them back-to-back, and I was like, ooh. There's tracks on Oxymoron that I'm skipping, and it's not the same. I'm like... I put more emphasis on Hands on the Wheel and my hating joint and joints like that, and then didn't anticipate falling into some of the stuff that I did remember. Oh shit, these were filler joints here. Versus Blank Face LP. Yeah. I let that shit knock, and there's probably 1 or 2 tracks throughout that you can feel 50-50 on, but overall.
So Blank Face and Habits and Contradictions.
I wouldn't put Habits and Contradictions as a classic.
Wow.
Nah.
Wowin'! That's 2.
Great album. I just want to put it as a classic.
I'm looking at
Absol though. I would put Control System.
Oh yeah. 3
for sure.
Yeah.
I'm looking at who else.
Travis Scott's on here, so Astro World.
What the fuck is Travis Scott at?
Bro, you're not gonna recognize him.
The hand on his face because he got.
Oh my god! Yeah.
That was when he was first
I was gonna say Rodeo and Astro World.
Rodeo's amazing, but Astro World's just that's the bona fide classic.
Oh, now you actually like Astro World now.
Yes, I said that a long time ago.
And then one that people forget, but
Joey Badass was here. 1999.
That's the one people always seem to forget, and I'm like, man, that's a classic ass mixtape.
Yep.
Period. That's a bona fide. There's logic.
Yeah. So with the
Chief Keef is on here. So you want to say the other album he was on? Because I never cared about the album. Everyone finally famous, finally rich, finally some shit. I hated that album.
I fuck with the album. I like the album. It's just not a classic.
Yeah, but they still bring it up. The people.
If somebody told me that they felt Logic's The Incredible True Story was a classic, I'm not gonna be mad at it. I really fuck with that album.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. I
just don't view it as that. I feel it as his peak of his career. But I'm not gonna be mad just based on how much I actually fuck with the album.
Right.
It's the same thing I feel about Redemption. You guys say it's a classic. I'm not going to go against you because I really fuck with it. And it's just on the cusp for me. Yeah. So when somebody says it is, it's like, it's only missing my mind by a few points. Yeah. You can make it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when you include that, I would say 5 with one of them being the tapes, which is 1999.
So all around, who had the most classics? What year?
2011. And you could thank Kendrick.
Yup.
Well, shit. Kendrick and Crit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Damn.
But these were great topics and discussions to have because, I mean, you just look through history and it's like these 4 classes, I mean, if that's what we're going off of, 4, 5, 9, 10, so there's 19. Like, there's 31 classics in the midst of these 4 classes.
Hey, man.
That's incredible.
That is fucking crazy.
That's great.
That is insanely good. Mm-hmm. Tremendously good.
I was going to say, well, who's on last year's class?
Last year's or this year?
Last year. I know XXX was.
XXX. Who was the...
YBN Namir?
Yeah, he was there. Who was the female representation?
I don't think there was no female.
Because they had one.
No, I think there was somebody.
Kamaya, wasn't it?
That's what I was thinking, but I wasn't...
It was Kamaya.
Sure. Yeah.
It was Kamaya.
PNB Rock.
Yep.
Wasn't A Boogie with the hoodie on there?
Yep.
Looking back, it wasn't so bad.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I think the last 2 years. I think the last 2 years we've pretty much been in like, it's not bad. Like, it's not for us, but it's not bad.
I was gonna say. Like, I remember last year specifically, we were kind of like, who the fuck is who's this?
Yeah.
But now that we looking back at it, like, you kind of see those people were showing up. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm looking right now. I see Ski Mask and Slum God. JID was on there.
Oh shit!
Yeah, for sure it was.
Smoke Purple was on here. Block Boy JB. Trippie Redd was on here.
Trippie Redd's not bad. I listened to the album this week.
And what'd you think of it?
It's just like the last one he dropped last year. It was pretty damn good.
Some people are telling me the shit was trash, and I'm like,
nah, it was pretty damn good. and I got some opinions from those who listen to us and they trust our views, and we pretty much all fall in line with certain things. They were listening to like, yo, my G, like I'm an old head, but this Trippie Redd kid, like, he's got something, man. I fuck with it.
I was watching some YouTube reaction shit, and they were saying like fucking Needle Drop. He said it was trash. He said not good. I'm like, what? Sean C said it was not good. I'm like, what? And I was like, well, shit, we all got different ears.
Yeah. But round of applause to all these classes, man. All these guys. I mean, from what 6 or 7 to 10 years from this decade, what they've all produced.
Yeah, Trippie. Yeah, JID was on the 2018 class. Yeah, I'm looking at 2017. He was on the 2017.
Put a little dicky on that one with Anderson .Paak, and we were like, Anderson .Paak's a rapper. Okay.
Oh, this was that year.
Yeah, Kamaya, Triple X. I'm looking at. I see Triple X, Kamaya, the dude from fucking, what was that one movie that came out?
Fucking Kyle.
Fucking
Ugly God.
And I like
Cap
Kyle.
G.
Kyle's cool.
Yeah.
He can actually rap. It's just I don't connect to his raps.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Damn.
He's a less imposing Chance the Rapper.
Very.
Yeah.
He doesn't, like, you know what he's about. He's a good, clean-shaven guy, but he doesn't force it on you. It's just who he is.
Yeah.
Cap G. What the fuck happened to him? Exactly. And Kamaya, man. When the hell is she gonna drop her fucking debut album?
I don't know.
Because it's getting to that point that window is kind of getting kind of,
yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
Damn shame Drake and Nicki passed up on that shit because they thought they were too big for that, and both of them don't got classics. Ain't that about a bitch? Well, yeah.
Speaking of that,
so far.
If you have another reason that you want to hate on Jay, look no further than Benny the Butcher.
Why?
Benny the Butcher came out in an interview, said that he had a conversation with Jay, and Jay advised him to turn down this year's XXL Freshman.
Jay just telling everyone to because I gotta do Hope's verse. See, I'm trying to do his voice. I can't do his voice, but
yeah, he did an interview about it, and he's like on one hand he's like I got the vision, like I knew what he was saying, where it's like, you know, make them come to you. He's like, but at the same time, I'm just looking at it like,
motherfucker, that's a look for me.
Did I make a bad decision? Because this is what I've been working for.
Hope telling Jay
in his career.
Hope telling Travis Scott, don't do the Super Bowl. Hope telling Travis Scott, nah, don't do the Super Bowl. Hope telling JD, nah, don't do that deal. Benny the Butcher, don't go to Double XL.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy all that shit. Then you do it.
Yeah.
Shit. That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing.
Shit, he gonna make XXL Buffalo and put Benny in charge of this shit. Now you can be in all the hip hop quotables, dude, just like Benzino.
Speaking of that motherfucker, tell me why I was randomly looking back at the whole Eminem versus Benzino shit, and I remember that whole shit. You remember how it became Double XL versus fucking The Source? It was like Republicans versus fucking Democrats, and I was just like, and it got to the point where Elliot Wilson said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna give Shea 45 their own fucking magazine," and I was like, okay, there's a limit. I was just like,
and that shit lasted for one issue.
I stuck to
never
Vibe.
Saw it again.
I stuck to Vibe because it was right in the middle, but I miss. I
like reading XXL when it came time to cover the beef.
Oh yeah, especially with Elliot Wilson.
I was not going to Vibe when it was time to cover the beef.
Oh, you remember the whole interview with Eminem and 50 and that man.
Yeah, the one where Dre's in the Sean John suit, M's in the cutoff with the do-rag, and then 50 shirtless.
Do-rag him.
Yep.
Oh man, why did M wear them do-rags? He had no waves.
Do not question the legend of do-rag M, my nigga.
He had no waves, man.
Ah, shit.
The most impeccable, powerful white boy to ever touch a mic.
That was gangsta
Not
M.
Slim Shady. Not Eminem.
Not Marshall
Mathers, but Do-Rag M.
That was gangsta M.
Yes.
That was gangsta era M, where M was rapping about pistols and shit.
Yeah.
Not knives or chainsaws, but pistol whipping people.
Yeah.
Good times.
Very good times.
The whole Shady Aftermath fucking...
Speaking of good times, are you guys ready for
good times?
Powerful niggadry?
Oh, shit.
There's powerful niggadry at work here.
Oh, boy. Powerful niggadry, man.
Let's read up.
Hang on, I want to cue this up. Hang on, man, because I got to cue it up properly.
Oh, you got all the fucking shit ready to go, huh?
Yeah, just bear with me one moment.
We live, people.
Bear with me one moment. All right. So a report came out that a man
Oh my god. Okay.
was arrested
Where?
in the bedroom of his apartment with his girlfriend over a case of role playing in the bedroom. And this is where the niggadry starts.
Ah, shit.
A white man in Florida, of course,
Of course.
has reportedly been arrested after becoming aggressive and spitting in his girlfriend's face after she suggested, which so he's white, she's black. She suggested they partake in a racially charged bedroom role play scenario.
What kind of role play was it?
Oh, let's get into it. 37-year-old Kenneth Atkins was arrested in the couple's bedroom during the early hours of Tuesday morning, August 13th. Authorities claim Atkins spat in the face of his 35-year-old girlfriend, Ashley Edwards. The altercation was reportedly prompted by Edwards' request to pretend to be a slave and have Atkins be her slave master in a sexual role-play scenario. Atkins objected to the proposal, saying he didn't want to participate in the fantasy and became verbally aggressive. An argument ensued with Edwards, later telling police that Atkins spit in her face. He reportedly told authorities no physical confrontation took place and denied the allegations. According to officers in a probable cause affidavit, Edwards did not appear injured, and she refused to provide police with a statement of the incident, claiming she didn't want her boyfriend to be arrested. However, Atkins was still arrested for misdemeanor battery and booked into the county jail before being released the following day. An arraignment over the matter is scheduled for September 8th, according to court documents.
Oh, yeah. There's powerful niggardry at work here.
Fam.
What the fuck, man?
A scenario about slave master and slave that wasn't brought to the bedroom by a white person.
I have nothing to say.
It was the black person that wanted to live out this fantasy.
I have nothing to say.
Now, I've been on this podcast on live air at one point saying that I have participated in Slave and the Master's Wife. So I get that. But slave master and the slave.
Rewind.
I said this live.
I just hearing it. It's just like.
I said this when Ivana was on.
I know.
That's a little different context. But there was no name calling and no hard ER involved. It was just, quite feeling the jungle fever and jump into that. This, on the other hand, sounded like she wanted to be whipped, chained, hard ERs, and all that shit. And he spat
in her face on some Triple H shit. Get that image in your head.
But there's more.
What else?
What?
You guys familiar with Chris Cuomo?
Oh,
that's the CNN guy.
Yeah,
so he got into an altercation with somebody. Dude ended up calling Chris Fredo in reference to Fredo Corleone from the Godfather franchise.
Oh, okay.
And this really sent Chris to a whole other level because he wanted to beat his ass.
Oh, he got out sensitive, huh?
And just wanted to go there. And then when they asked him why, Chris stated that calling an Italian Fredo is the equivalent to calling a black man the N-word.
What kind of shit is that?
Yeah, that's pretty fucking dumb.
Can you imagine how I felt when I got on social media last week and saw Fredo was trending, and I'm like, oh, I wonder what's going on with the Godfather. Ooh. Never mind. And that was that. And then if you want to include one more incident with that, Marlon Wayans dropped another movie on Netflix.
I see that.
There's powerful niggardry at work.
Usually someone else says that.
I saw that shit and it was on. It was like I looked at it and I watched the entire trailer. It was called, what's it called?
Sextuplets. Where he plays all 6 roles of siblings that were separated at birth.
Trailer on TV and shit.
I looked at that and I didn't watch it. I was like, this is why I'm going to Amazon Prime. So I'm going to Hulu. Get your shit together,
I was
Netflix.
tempted because I just wanted to see how bad it was. And the reason why I didn't watch was because I didn't get to ask Larissa in time because she actually likes the movie Naked. So
that's a good one, though.
It would be up her alley since Marlon was in it. I just wanted to see it just to be like, how bad is this?
I like Naked. Pause.
It was alright.
It was alright.
It was a good concept.
And actually, Karina told me this movie was not that bad either. So we gotta give it out to the Wayne. You gotta put some trust in the Wayans brothers, man.
I have trust in the Wayans brothers. Not when they're solo, unless
What's a good
unless it's
Marlon?
Keenan.
Well, Keenan doesn't do a lot of movies.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But Keenan is the one with the track record for doing joint solo, and he can, he
David Wayans.
I was about to say,
He gave us major pain.
No, I'm talking about Keenan behind the scenes. Keenan doesn't necessarily have to be in the movie.
Oh,
Keenan producing.
Okay, well, David Wayans gave us major pain.
Damon is the actor for out of them for sure.
He gave us major pain.
Without question.
The Wayans brothers, they gave a scary movie. Marlon. Don't Be a Menace, of course.
Yes.
The first more money.
Shit.
Yeah. Like I said, the Wayans brothers as a collective.
Oh, what about the Sixth Man?
The Wayans brothers as a collective.
No, but that was just one.
Yeah.
Marlon was in it.
Marlon was in it, but I later found out that one or two of them had some. They were part of the negotiation for Marlon, where they got to write something.
Hey, Marlon could have been Robin. You know that story, right?
Yep.
You know that story, Margie?
Wait, what?
In Batman Returns, when Tim Burton was still running the show, he wanted Marlon to be Robin, and he was this close to being him. He was in costume design. They had action figures ready to go and everything. But then Joel Schumacher took over for Batman. They didn't have him in Batman Returns, but the third Batman movie, Robin was going to be in it. Joel Schumacher took over.
Batman and Robin.
Yeah, and then he took over for Batman Forever and replaced him. But he still got paid for it. But
that's tight.
They went to Requiem for a Dream.
That's a good one. Mm-hmm. But the Wayans had nothing to do with that.
Yeah, that was
Requiem of a Dream.
That wasn't really a comedy. I'm more so speaking on their comedy.
Yeah, that was a serious. I'm surprised he doesn't do more serious movies.
Yeah,
have you seen that movie, Requiem of a Dream?
Actually, no, I haven't.
That's a
cult classic.
Yeah,
it's a movie. Just.
You got to go into it fairly open-minded. No,
I was gonna ask
not get high watching that
because that's gonna blow your high.
Yeah,
it's gonna blow your high. That's why I was gonna ask. Should I tell you to watch it high?
Challenge accepted.
Joan, hey man,
it'll help you smoke afterwards. You'll have all the motivation in the world to smoke afterwards. Just don't do it beforehand.
Don't do cocaine.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
or Ritalin.
Yeah.
Okay. Hills.
Just do weed.
Yeah.
Even then.
That's all I do.
But speaking of Netflix,
well, not Netflix. Oh yeah. Dave Chappelle is coming back.
New special
next week.
Next Monday.
Yeah. Next Monday. That's what we're talking. Yep. I forgot what it's called, but I saw the trailer and I saw fucking God was talking, aka Morgan Freeman. And all of a sudden it's a comedy event. I'm like, oh, so he got more?
Yeah.
Okay, good for Dave Chappelle.
I'm all the way in. I don't have to ask more questions. Just let me know when it drops at midnight on Sunday going into Monday, and we good.
Meanwhile,
get that notification.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
it's all good.
Disney's still loading the clip.
Yay.
Tommy Davidson, he's looking old as fuck. He pretty much announced prematurely that the Proud Family is returning.
Yes. Wonderful. Great news.
To Disney Plus exclusive. Disney confirmed it. I don't know how they're gonna do it. I hope it's when Penny's in college or something.
I hope so too. And people brought up a great point. They were like, we want an HBCU, and I'd be like, that'd be a great angle to go with, because obviously BB and CC would be around middle school at that time. But I am curious about one thing.
What?
Are they going to let Orlando Brown come back?
Oh shit.
I am very curious about that.
Well, he is. They say he is cleaning up though, and he's in rehab. And
I hope that they dangled this in front of him and said, "Clean up, and you can come back." I hope they did that for him. It would be nice.
So too.
Because if not, I would prefer that they just get on. I would love to see Kyla Pratt come back. Really, she's really the one that out of the kids. Necessary to come back. Everybody else, they can kind of just.
She still looks the same.
Replace the voice.
Kyla Pratt still, even though she's in her mid-30s and has a kid, she still looks the fucking same.
She's dating or she's married to one of the dudes from Black Ink Compton.
Wow. Speaking of marriage,
somebody told me that she was popping up in episodes on there.
Speaking of marriage, that motherfucker from Pretty Ricky is fucking married to what's her name? Cynthia Brown.
Centoria
Brown. That was the most random shit I ever saw.
Did you know who he was married to before her?
Who?
Pam from Total.
What the fuck?
Huh? What kind of shit is that?
Yeah. This was the motherfucker that when the last hinges of Pretty Ricky. So this is obviously after Pleasure P had already left. I think this was I don't even think they released an album with this guy as a member. But at the time he was going by Lingerie, and then I guess he changed his name.
What the fuck?
Oh, you think that's something, fam? When Blue Diamond started his female group. Let me pull this shit up because I need to know exactly the names.
Talk about grinding on me. That's what the fuck he's been doing with old girl. Grinding them draws. She's
What you mean, Baby Blue?
Baby Blue, thank you.
Yeah.
I think Blue Diamond's gonna take me to a porno.
No, yeah, be careful. But we'll take your word on it, JC.
Nah, this is too late. I've already opened my mouth. I gotta tell you.
I guess, man.
I gotta tell you the female group and the names of each member of this female group.
Sounds like something from Vivid, if you know what I mean.
Oh, fam.
If you know, you know.
If you know,
you know.
No, let me.
Can you find it?
Please.
We're going long.
Please let me find this.
Got 10 seconds.
Nah.
9.
Don't put that time shit on me.
We're going long already, man.
I'll pause this motherfucker and come back.
Dude, after the show's over, like, okay, I got it. Like, when the show's all over, you added it in, like, at the very last second. You find it?
I think so, yeah. I think their name was, like, Baby Cream or some shit like that.
Oh, my God.
What?
Okay. Yeah. So The Rock.
Yeah. Y'all keep talking. I'm gonna keep looking for this shit.
So The Rock got married.
The
Rock got married to a white girl, his long-term girlfriend, Lauren Hashin, and they had a secret ceremony out in Hawaii. I saw it this morning. Yeah. And I've said this once. I'm gonna say it again. You notice how in all of Rock's movies, not all of them, but mainly all of them, always white chicks. No other. All his love interests have always been white,
except one.
Yeah, you pointed this out. The girl from The Game Plan.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's bad.
Yeah, wasn't she in Rush Hour 2? Yeah, she was in Rush Hour 2.
Yes, she had the Snoopy.
Yeah. You still looking for this shit, man?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Because it's so asinine to like just go here, like. It's got to be said. If I don't find it, I'll say it next week.
You saying asinine was asinine to hear.
That's a big word, man.
So anyway, there was some craziness going on in Philadelphia. 6 police officers got shot.
That shit was wild.
Oh my God.
And then to find out who did it. It was a nigga that did it.
Well.
Like, yeah. You can't,
Let's go to the next story.
No,
no. I want to say something.
We're going to call that motherfucker out because, you know.
Because I want to say something.
That's not supposed to be our role, but why are you playing that role?
I'm not going to... I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
Yeah.
Anyway, in other semi-great news, Eric Garner kind of got some justice. They fired the former police officer that fucking choked him. What's his name? Daniel... How do you say his last name?
I don't know, and I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, they finally fired his ass after fucking 5 years.
I found it! The women's group name was Buttercream. And the names of the members was Butterfly, Hot Butter, Butter Baby, and Cocoa Butter.
Of course.
I told you, wasn't it worth the wait? And I told you it was some asinine shit where you're just like, damn, huh?
I hate to agree with you.
Yeah. That's what I knew it was. I knew it had something to do with cream, buttercream.
And finally, as we're talking, it's almost 9 o'clock right now. Little Brother is dropping their comeback album, May the Lord Watch. I don't know if it's a single or album, but they're alluding it to the album. So we're almost done right now. It's almost 9 o'clock West Coast time, which means midnight in the East Coast. So the album pretty much, as we're talking...
As soon as we get out of here, we're going to open up Apple Music and see.
Or Tidal. Or Spotify.
Or something.
Or YouTube Music. Everything. Well, how about everything where fucking Reasonable Doubt is? But not Apple.
Not Apple Music or Spotify.
Hope was a fucking asshole for that, man. Like, I know he had nothing to do with it, but it's like, dude, you cannot make a perfect.
How you call an asshole and say, "Oh, I know he has nothing to do with it," but come on, man. Like,
he kind of did have something to do with it. I mean, it went through his distribution.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, but
it's
exactly.
It's just like NFL shit. But it's like you can't make a perfect playlist on Apple or Spotify, especially on Spotify. You got nothing.
You got nothing
except Beyonce. You got Beyonce and the Carters.
Yeah, that.
I keep saying Hope should be even more of an asshole. Just edit his verses out. All the featured verses on this Spotify.
That should be crazy.
Like if you want to hear me, you better listen to Apple Music and Tidal. Oh,
he should get a stand-in to do his verses.
Oh, that'd be fucking horrible.
Or what's his name? Angelo? What the fuck is his name? You never heard of him, huh? There's this dude named I think it was New York back in 2001, 2002, named Angelo or whatever. Whole fan, if you hear this, you know what I'm talking about. This dude literally, he's like the realest. Like, sounds like Tupac.
Oh, that's his realest?
Yeah, he literally sounds like Hove with the voice. He literally sounds like him. Don't look like him at all, but he literally sounds like him.
Angsy.
Ang Z. No, but it's Angelo, Angus, some shit like that. But I remember that whole thing.
Angus Khan.
Angus Khan, huh? It was a C-O-N, Angus Khan. Anyway, this is running long. So, this is episode 147.
Yes, sir.
Of the iLLogical Sense podcast. You can always follow us on the Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter at Mr. Busby4 lowercase 08. You can follow the Instagram at the iLLogical Sense. And of course, you can follow us on the Facebook. And of course, on the Twitter at iLLogical SP.
Yep. And I appreciate everybody that gave the feedback. We'll have another topic this week. Something that I want to do just to keep everybody entertained, keep everybody talking. Of course, you can follow me on all social media, JC No Head. Still got a lot of good response. Like, I didn't realize a lot of people kept that Nipsey playlist. Like, a lot of people saved that playlist.
Well, that was one of the best playlists.
One of them.
You and that Missy Elliott playlist was
I played
fire.
that Nipsey one like legit every other week, if not every week.
Nice. So what I did was
already shuffle.
No, I played in order.
Okay, good.
So what I did was
what the fuck?
Just making sure.
So what I did was I added 12 more tracks to get to 46 because I'm kind of just waiting to see up until his birthday if they drop something in terms of a first posthumous release, and then if it gets there, and if not, because the plan is to get it to 60 for obvious reasons.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because there's enough there. The reason why I did it 34 the first time was because he would have been his 34th year of life.
Right.
This one, I got up to 46 just to get to the 3-hour mark, so there really wasn't significance with that number. But eventually the plan is to get to 60 to, have that. But I appreciate everybody for tuning and listening to that. Business as usual again this week. There'll be a new one up fresh on Thursday. And, 2 more weeks of this no red meat joint left. And
you can eat all the meat you want.
I'm going to Popeyes.
Get that damn sandwich.
Get that chicken sandwich.
Everyone's
going straight to
talking
Popeyes,
about that damn
then
sandwich.
to Wingstop.
Why you telling about my business, my G? What's up?
Man, I know how this shit go, bro.
I got one place I'm going to, and I know it's wrong, but I don't give a fuck. I am going.
Where?
Hometown Buffet.
Oh my.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, dog.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't blame you. I know where you're coming from.
What I would personally, what I would do.
Bring your own plates.
No, I ain't even talking about fucking.
Tupperware.
I ain't even talking about that place, man. Fuck that place. Nah, but hit up Wingstop. Hit up Chick-fil-A.
You messed up my order.
No, I mean I'm not putting in any specific order, but I'm saying those 3.
The day of, so this is, I actually found the technicality.
Go.
I stopped eating chicken at 9 p.m. at the end of last month, which was midnight that time. So because of that, I found a little loophole where when it hits 9 p.m. our time, August 31st, I have completed it for 31 days. I'm going straight to Wingstop. The next day, I will then enjoy the Chick-fil-A bird sandwich.
There you go.
And then later on that evening, I'm going to fuck with my guts, and I'm going to go to Hometown Buffet. Yes.
Okay, this is all making sense now.
When I went to Hometown Buffet, me and my mom went to Hometown Buffet years ago. The last time we ever went, we were cool. We were like, let's go to Hometown Buffet for dinner. We went there, and we were eating, and we looked to our side, and we see this family with this big old Jabba the Hutt fat bitch sitting there.
God damn.
It's the best way to describe her, man. And her kids were just making messes going around, and they were just feeding her like the Method Man shit.
Oh,
just
my
feeding
God.
her and feeding you and feeding you.
When I was in middle school, my boy said he found the music teacher there. Said he had 8 plates stacked and he was still going.
God.
Whoa.
That's just gluttony.
Shit.
But I remember me and my mom saw that shit and we saw the mess and we just looked at the bill. We was like, yeah, we ain't never coming back here.
Yeah.
But you can do that.
I mean, it's good. It's good for what you go for and what you pay for. Like,
just go all out.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna be picking out. They have a nice fucking salad.
Dog, you just said you're going to Hometown Buffet. How are you not gonna be picking out?
There's a nice variety, my man. Like, it's not just
get the fuck out of here.
It's not just pork and chicken. They got good salads. They got some nice wholesome pasta.
They got the ice cream.
You know what I'm saying? They got the ice cream, the cookies, the brownies.
Yeah. All right. Now think about this. You just said all this shit, motherfucker. You about to be picking out.
I just said I'm also bringing Tupperware too.
You gonna be picking out when you get home? Shit.
No, I'm gonna be picking out before I get here for the podcast.
Oh shit.
Right, say your shit.
Oh yeah. Follow me on all my social media at Beats for Killing Them, and search Venomous on all your digital streaming platforms, spelled VNMS, and stream my shit. Listen to my shit. You know what? Give me some feedback.
Give me what I want.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let me know what you think.
Yeah.
Give me a hell
Look
yeah.
at the podcast. Leave some comments too.
Yeah, do that.
Subscribe to the podcast. I don't know why I haven't been saying that, but if this is your first time listening, subscribe to this podcast. Rate, talk your shit, whatever. I appreciate all the listens we get every fucking week.
Whether you just started tuning in or if you've been down all the way back from episode 1 when we didn't know how to make a title.
Shit. I was going with the flow.
We appreciate every single click.
Still going with the flow. We've seen how this shit works.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're almost at that time where usually the groups have it figured out. They always say after 150 episodes, there's no more testing waters. That's when it's go at that point.
We'll see.
Got 3 more episodes to figure it out.
Shit. Until then. Yeah, we out, bitch. Hove!
You think Hope gonna have a 60 for 60?
He's gonna turn 50 first.
Yeah, but when he gets to 60.
Probably.
We already threw the headphones.
It don't matter. Just end it now. Just end it!
Peace.